Thank you. It's live streaming, so I've been muted this whole time. Thank you, Mr. Riley. I was just saying hello to everyone. David, I was talking to you. I was talking to all of you guys. I was saying that Keely's going to be my special guest tonight. She's running late. I had a whole conversation with all of you guys. I had a conversation with Glenisa saying what's up and that I got the message. Let me know. Send me a text message, a picture, or send me the link so I can take a look at that. I said, Candace, what's going on? What's cracking, Brooklyn? You're... I was muted. That's what the problem was. You can probably hear me now. Yeah. But you know, we're counting down. Hey, Caleb, what's going on? What is cracking? Tony, showing love as usual. Tony, you are another one of my supporters. Michelle, that's my homie, Michelle. Showing love. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. No, not last minute planning, but what I was saying, so before Mr. Riley told me, hey girl, how you doing? What I was saying was that I am streaming to multiple pages because I've been given the access to multiple pages. So I am streaming, of course, to the India Delgado YouTube page, the only India Delgado on YouTube. I'm streaming to the Let's Get Live Facebook group. I'm streaming to both the Ecamm Community's Facebook page as well as the Ecamm Community's YouTube page. And most recently, I was given some access to the Content Marketers Power Up group with Kelly Noble Mirabella. And let's get the scene together. that switched. That was the wrong scene. But yeah, so I'm streaming to a few different places. And what I was saying while I was muted was just to let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Jocelyn, what's going on? Jocelyn, you are new, so let me know what page you're on, how you found me, and all of that good stuff. CK showing love. CK, I missed you the last couple of weeks. Where you been, homie? How you doing? Let's get this resized. Let's get it together. So what's cracking? Today we're going to keep it a little low key. There's my homie. Kelly, I butchered the Facebook name. I apologize. So you'll message me, but is it the Content Marketers Power Up Group or the Content Power Up Marketers Group? I know I butchered that. That's okay. You can yell at me. So let me know. Right. I'm everywhere. And usually we don't do that, right? Like we talk about that where we try to keep it streamlined because you want to keep the communities together and things like that. However, because people love me, why? I don't know. I mean, I am lovable. So let me get this together. I'm in the Content Marketing Power Up Group. That's Kelly Noble Mirabella's page. And she gave me access to stream to the page to talk about, ladies and live streaming and content creation and things like that. So thank you, Kelly. And Kelly's going to be on with me next week. I've missed my homie. She was one of the first ones that we started for Vlogmas. We were doing our Saturdays ladies night. She's my OG right there. Yes, you know I'm a hot mess. And I am waiting for this woman right here. I'm going to put her on blast because she said she's freshening up. Keely, what are you doing? Taking forever.
Go on you.
So let's go through some of these comments. And like I said, so I am streaming in a few different places just to give the handful of different communities some value. And because I am streaming from a handful of different places, just let me know. Of course, if you're coming in from Facebook, and I can't see your name, let me know. Here we go. Yes, we're going to talk about Veda vlogging every day in April. We're going to keep it a little low key. I love you, Kelly, my boo, my OG, Ya tu sabes. Yes, I'm just looking at all of these comments coming in. So CK took a break from social. So that's good. Good to have you back. Good for the support. And Glenisa is telling me that you guys just got off of Doc's Saturday stream check-in. You guys are like supporters, man. I love you guys. That's community. That's what that's about, right? Like, we got a lot going on Saturdays and you guys are here for all of it. So we definitely appreciate it. I appreciate you guys ending depending on where you're at, you usually end your evening with me. You start with Doc, we do class. We got all of this stuff going on. But yeah, we're going to keep it low key. So next week we start April. April 1st is on Thursday. And if you have not already heard, April is Veda. And Veda stands for Vlogging Every Day in April. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why you would want to do that, what that looks like, how you can fit that into your content creation. And I do have a tool planned for you guys. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. It's supposed to be me and my guest, Keely, whenever she decides to show up. But if you have not already signed up for the Let's Get Live Veda Creator Kit, definitely check over on our Let's Get.live website. You want to sign up. And once you sign up, we're going to send you this PDF. And this is what we're going to go over this today on the live stream. I'm going to go over page by page. Not going to go over it in detail because once you get it, you can read it and stuff like that. But we're going to go over some of these basics. Diana Gladney was the one who actually put this together for us. Some great information. She did something very similar for Vlogmas and I fell in love with it. You guys are looking at it through my iPad, but you can see there's a calendar here. So on the calendar, you can put in some dates. And if we really want to get fancy, because come on, guys, let's talk about the tools that we have and the tools that you can take advantage of in Ecamm. But hey, what's happening here? Is that working? There you go. Let's do this flip real quick because we're going to do this on the fly. And Keely's calling in, but let me just finish this up here. And did that rotate? Let's see. Oh, well, it helps if I unlock my scene. See what happens, guys? I lock my scene and then when I need to unlock it, sometimes I do too much. But let's get this rotated. So you can see here, I have my iPad, so I'm coming through to you guys with the iPad. You can see what's on the screen. And basically, you were going to talk about creating content. All right, so that's coming up a little bit later. And let me just bring Keely in. So like this. Keely, I see a black screen. Don't know if you can hear me. Let me
I can.
go. You can. So is your camera on?
Yes.
So Keely is logging in. There you go. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. What's cracking? How are you? Keely? You're good?
Struggles.
This is the struggles. The struggle is real. So give me 1 second. I'm going to come back to the comments. Let me just get Keely in right quick. We're going to do this simultaneously. And don't start yelling at me about preview mode because I know there's preview mode and I actually do use preview mode. I love preview mode. However, I just want to bring Keely in really quick because preview mode, if you have not used it, preview mode does take a good amount of concentration. So where are we? Let me get this scene up and running. I did have it ready because I was prepping for my homie. Hey, and there we are. There's the pretty lady. What's cracking?
Hey. Hi.
What is up, Mamacita? So we got Keely, FH umpires, field hockey umpires in the house. Keely's going to come through. And so what we're going to talk about, like I said, keep it super low key today. We're going to talk about Veda. We're going to talk about planning. Keely also is using the guide that I just showed you guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about how she's putting it for her content creation and then just chill out. Keely, talk to the community. Let them know what's up while I go through these comments. What's cracking?
I guess this is the part where I'm supposed to introduce myself and all those things.
I'm back with the sound effects, so I just needed to I got to get it out of my system.
No, it's good. I actually just loaded up my Rodecaster with a bunch of new ones myself.
Yes.
So I'm a little excited to try them out, but also
Awesome.
nervous, so we'll see.
Awesome.
Yes, Keely Dunn of FH Umpires. Alicia Way, it's so cute. I've shown up on a couple of his live streams now, and it just blows his mind. He's F Humphreys.
Oh, that's so funny. Field
who
hockey
is
Humphreys,
this? Who is
FH now you got me all messed up.
It's totally fine. I know it seems like it's not a great product name or brand name if people don't intuitively know what it means. But
Right.
my community, like my sport, it's very obvious. But it's everybody else who has no idea that it's field hockey or like, what is that? But totally fine. Yes, so I am an online umpiring field hockey educator. And I offer courses and workshops and memberships and things like that. And I use Ecamm and live streaming to support my community bonding, outreach, and mentoring exercises. So it's been a great tool for me. And specifically this community, the Ecamm community, the Let's Get Live community has been incredibly helpful. And that's why I'm late, is because I was in Doc Rock school getting
First
some
of all,
learning.
somebody page Doc because you should have just told them, Doc, I'm getting off because India's waiting for me. So,
Yeah, but they were him,
No.
Glitch, Joel, like the whole crew, they were really helping me out with my lights, and they don't look good now because I just moved. But anyway, I learned a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm trying things, and so I'm going to be fiddling with things while we're going.
Okay.
I'm in internal preview mode right now, so I'm just going to keep screwing with my lights.
No, do what you got to do. I'm just catching up on all the comments as I was getting
it's gonna be
everything
fun.
all ready to go. David is saying that you got this. And yes, so with Kelly's page, the contentmarketingpowerup.com, if you have not already subscribed, make sure that you subscribe because the purpose of them creating that separate Facebook page was to support Veda and to give you tools. And again, that's why she asked for me to come in and stream to the community this evening or whatever time you guys are in. It's 8 p.m. over here on my time, Eastern Standard Time. So if you're looking to get into Veda and get some support, definitely sign up for all of there's a lot of different places, right? But that's what we're here for. And then you can kind of all do this mesh and take what works from each one of the different tools and resources that are available to you and figure it out for yourself. So we got a few people checked in, Keely. We got CK.
Yeah, who's here? Tell me everybody.
So we got some new people. We do got some new people. Let me see. Jocelyn, she's new to Ecamm and she just learned about us or, from Doc Rock. So Jocelyn, thank you so much for coming through. She just got out of office hours.
Set.
So I missed some good stuff today.
She's got this. She's done some. What do you call it when you do the painting and you tape patterns? And you lift up the
just
tape
because I have a fake painting in the background doesn't mean I know about this stuff.
Clearly, I don't either. But I was hoping that look,
don't forget that's not real. Look, Keely, this is not real. Okay, this is a fake painting. Don't get it twisted.
Anyway, Jocelyn's set is on point. So it's really great to have her in the community. And
awesome.
And I hope she sticks around and teaches us lots of things.
Very glad to hear that. And Kathy is here. Kathy Walker, K-Walk, we call her K-Walk. I know she mentioned earlier she's planning her Veda. And Kathy, K-Walk did some good stuff for Vlogmas too. So she's planning on doing some shorts and 2 videos on the weekends. Still looking forward to that, K-Walk, because like I said, you got some great stuff. Laura, where are you here from? I think I've seen your second or third week, so I know you're fairly new, but I don't think this is your first time. So let me know, how'd you hear about my crazy self?
Go on you.
We got hey, who are you? Hey, girl or boo? Hey. How are you doing?
I need that as a sound effect. I need somebody really cool saying, hey.
You know what, Keely? Can you bring up your sound a little bit, your levels a little bit? You're sounding a little low, just a little low. And community, let me know, is it that I'm deaf or would you like Keely? Because I can be, remember we spoke about this, my other live stream where it was called selective hearing.
Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Sounds a little bit better, but we'll let the community let us know how we each
I'm a little timid
sound.
on the level.
Don't be timid. So let me see. All right, because we both have the same mic. We both have the same mic and we both have the Rodecaster. My levels, I actually just upped them today. Right now, I am coming to you guys on the Rodecaster. I'm coming in at level 44. What's your levels at?
Let's check. I am at level 48. And I'm not that far away from this bad boy.
Well, you are a little bit, so I like to kiss the mic. I like to get all close and sultry and sexy.
I don't like excluding possibilities. If I'm kissing my
because
mic,
then if you get close,
else.
you can talk a little bit lower and you can get everyone's attention. You get everyone to lean in. You look at the camera and you do the India lean in. Right. Listen, guys, take notes.
Twins. Oh my God.
Right. All right. Anyway, hey, so Kelly is saying she used to play field hockey in high school. Have you had an opportunity to talk to Keely?
I have not had an opportunity to talk to Kelly. I'm Keely, and I would love to talk to you. DM me, girl.
So Kelly is going to be on the Ladies' Night next week, April 3rd. What I was saying right when you were getting ready was that Kelly is the OG of Ladies' Night of live streaming. It was me and Kelly. We were the first ones that did the Vlogmas reviews for Saturday's Ladies' Night, and Kelly keeps it super real, and so do I. So we were like kindred spirits because we felt like some people doing the Vlogmas reviews were just being so nicey, and then me and Kelly come on and we're like, no, your lighting is not good enough. You need to lower the microphone. You need to get rid of that headspace, right? So you would absolutely, and not just in a way just to like chop people's heads, but it's like, guys, the purpose of us doing these reviews is to give you feedback so you can get better. It's not to cover it with chocolate and sugar and everything nice, because I'm not that kind of a nice girl. And I know that you're not neither, Keely. You keep it all the way real, right?
Correct. Very.
Anyway, so who else do we have on present? So Andrew is coming through. I did see my sister Sylvia, his wife Sylvia Nixon. So the Nixons are on. Speaking of which, David did say earlier, I'll coordinate with you guys because I do have your shirts. We're gonna put them on the Nixons website, present. So we're taking care of that. But Andrew did say that your lighting looks good. Sammy Superstar, I love you. Sammy always shows me love. I appreciate you. India's gonna kill me, but is India doing Veda? Sammy, why did I even finish reading this? Yes, I am going to kill you, Sammy. I am. He says India's going to kill me. But is India doing Veda TikTok and then she can really Sammy?
That would be quite a coincidence.
No. Yes, Jocelyn already knows. Jocelyn, are you from New York? Let me know what is cracking. Let me see. Yeah, so all y'all Facebook users, can y'all get it together, please? And let me know who you are, because I would love to, of course, say hello to you officially. Continuing to go through. So Laura is checking in from Indianapolis from Mel's group. So thank you so much for showing support. I appreciate you. Joel is here showing support as well. Thank you. With the
Thanks,
you have
Joel.
to. So was there? Did I miss something with the bookshelf as well? Because Joel. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you for correcting me. My bad.
This is a harsh crowd tonight.
Right,
My
like,
goodness.
man.
Yes.
But did I miss something with the bookshelf? Because he says has the cool lit bookshelf. Oh, first of all, India learned how to read. That's what happened. India needs to know how to read. And you lit your bookshelf. Is that an RGB light?
No. Look,
No.
that's just way too. Yeah, I ain't about that. I'm trying to create a natural look. But anyway, no, it's just like a really crappy IKEA globe light and with a dimmer bulb in it. So
Got it. And so I'm finally catching up to all the comments. And so Kelly, because Kelly's a woman, she says, get up close and personal with that mic, girl.
yeah, it's just
And
okay.
Joel, what is it? Now you got me. I don't know how to talk. Coño.
It's just Joel.
Did say closer, but you could be up a click, Keely, the mic level. So
Okay, my level is 50, but I'm at the midline of my channel thing.
yeah, so you're at Unity. So that's what
Yeah,
I'm at, the
Unity.
midline. For those of you guys that don't know, when you're using an audio interface, there's that thicker middle line that's called Unity. So she's at Unity. But
I feel very unified. Like, you have no idea.
you sound a little bit better. So
let's
Facebook
see.
user says, I am clearer than Keely. Keely, you gotta. All right, so I am gonna give Keely this because I know she's stressing out as well, because she's replacing her mic arm, her boom arm. It's been giving her a hard time. So we're
Yes.
gonna deal with what it is. I have you on max. Let me see. How about I do this? So I raised it on Ecamm interview mode. Say something. Sing. What's the Canadian anthem?
I'm now at 52. Oh, Canada. And I'm
sound great.
like
You sound great.
flashing over the midline.
Okay, so bring it down a little bit. I actually brought the interview up because I left it lower for some overhead.
Okay.
So, but you sound better.
Okay.
That might have been, I should have finessed it on my side first. My bad, y'all.
Okay.
So sing
Down
the,
to 50.
sing the,
Did you?
sing it again.
So when I spent some time over in England, the English umpires, every time they would be like, okay, sing "O Canada" for us. And I'd go, oh, and they would jump in, say, can you? And I'm like, no. Every time. It was so rude.
No. Darn
Because
it.
they knew it would bug me. And my nicknames with some people was Yank and things like that. They thought that was hilarious. It wasn't.
What part of Canada are you from? Angie was asking me and I was like, I don't know. She's just my friend. Why would I know what part?
You mean your new best friend, and I'm from Calgary. So I'm just on the east side of the beautiful Rocky Mountains. And yeah.
Okay. Yes, my new best friend. I know. I'm sorry. Hey, Soul Moon's Rising Tarot. I need to know your I know that's your YouTube name, so tell me what your non-YouTube name is, your name. Tough Love, right? Exactly. Hello. What is going on? All right. So, and I think, yeah, definitely I brought it up a little bit, so that should sound good. Yes. Thank you for showing love.
And honestly, thanks for the feedback. I would much rather, feel a little awkward for a couple seconds, but then come through clear for all of you. So please keep that coming. I feel like I look kind of washed out, but maybe like my camera's not even in focus. I don't know what's happening.
All right, good.
do
Thank
this.
you, Joel. So now we've got the levels nailed. So that was on my end. Yeah, you do sound much better on mine. Seems like the community is where they say we're all good. So Gil has been showing love recently as well. Thank you so much, Gil. I appreciate you. Let's do it this way because y'all know I'm from Brooklyn. Yurt was cracking.
What's cracking?
There you go. Keely knows the what's cracking always comes after the yurt. Laura says she wants to go to Wolf Island. Elaine, how are you, my friend Elaine? Elaine Dempsey showing love. She says she loves Calgary. So is this a place I need to visit? Like, what's there? Pete Bowers Rocks?
I'm here. And two of all.
You're right. My bad. Get it together. But it's so funny. That's why Angie asked, because Angie was like, would you ever go to Canada to see her? And I was like, of course. Like, and so I should have started off that way. My bad.
Okay. And then if you come in the, after the first Friday of July in non-COVID times, we have the Calgary Stampede, the greatest outdoor show on earth. And it's just a massive party. The city shuts down for 10 days. And I'm not into the country music, but I don't mind a good party, and rodeo and midway and just, I'm trying not to swear, and just a lot of parties. So it's a fun time to come. But
when is that? What time of year is that? Let me know
it's
so I can
July.
start planning.
It's the
July.
Second week of July.
So my birthday.
You might have to wait till 2022.
All right, I'm feeling generous. Hold on. I'm feeling generous. What sound effect am I going to put to this? I don't think I have the right sound effect for this. Let me look through my Rodecaster.
Yeah. Oh, I removed all my fun ones, like my funny ones.
I don't think I have an appropriate one for this, so we're just going to keep it Brooklyn. Because that represents me. So we spoke about, you guys are going to find a little bit about India, a little bit more. So my birthday is on the 4th of July. I am not a fan of Independence Day. So I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna try to give a chain of events or connect all the dots. I'm a Cancer. My birthday's on the 4th of July, also known as Independence Day. My mother wanted to name me something similar to Independence, but didn't want to name me Independence. So she came up with, okay, all right, you're here for it. I'm feeling a little conscious that I'm sharing this on a live stream that's going to be out there forever. But I'm feeling generous because all of you guys that are checking in, you guys are all loyal to me. So I'm going to share some information. So listen, my birthday's on the 4th of July, Independence Day. My mom wanted to name me something similar to Independence. She didn't want to name me Independence. She came up with the name India. That's where I came up with it. My mother's name is America. My grandmother's name is America. My mom's mom, right? So my middle name, she didn't want to keep that with India, America being my first name. So my middle name is supposed to be America. So it's supposed to be India, America. Delgado, stop it. Listen, I'll stop sharing right now, and then the community is going to blame you. Right.
So wait, let's take it back.
What? That was good. That was perfect. I love that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So how
Keely,
is
I can't
it that
stand you, Keely. I can't stand you. I cannot stand you. Yes, 4th of July.
I can't stand all of this, that you're basically just a whole bunch of countries in one woman. It's amazing.
So listen, you ready for the rest of it? Listen, I can't stand y'all. But so the rest of it, yes, I'm glad you guys all are appreciating this because this is what it means to be a real content creator. You get to see all sides of it. Angelica loved that, Keely. She says she's dying. All right, whatever. So, okay, so my name is supposed to be, now keep in mind, I've said supposed to be twice, India, America Delgado. And so when they brought my mother the birth certificate to sign, they connected my name with one A. So it's India America. Not a first name and a middle name. Oh no. My full first name, guys, is India America. And if we want to get real Puerto Rican with it, it's India America. And you would think, I love my mom. You guys have, you've seen me talk about my mom. I'm very close to my mom. My mom and I grew up. She had me when she was young. She was 16. So I grew up with my parents. Literally, I grew up with them. So I'm very close to my mother. This is one that I'm still having a hard time forgiving her because my mother could have said, no, the birth certificate is wrong and sent it back. Instead, mommy said, oh, that's nice. I'm going to keep it. Oh. So my full first name,
Mom,
is Indy America.
Indy America.
Yeah.
Is that what you get called when you're in trouble? Indy America?
No.
Because you should.
No, I should not. Thank you very much. I absolutely should not. Do not give her. Wait, listen, Gil, do not be spelling it out, okay? Stop it. I meant he spelled it out. So this is what, listen, right, Mr. Riley? Am I like, now I'm like, look, the first thing he says is the LGL community. Where's Sammy? Damn it, I shouldn't have shared that because I can see Sammy. I can't stand none of you guys.
Just
none
wait
of you
until
guys.
Lem drops the meme.
Lem knows. I'll be honest with you. So because we're business partners, right? Lem, Diana, Doc, and David all knew. Let me tell y'all something. They don't let me live it down internally. They don't. But Lem knew because I know where Lem lives. Lem knew I would legit drive to Staten Island and have some choice words with him had he made it a meme already. Now he's probably going to make it a meme.
I mean, probably.
So listen, so let me tell you guys, first of all, you guys are hilarious. I love you guys. And, you know, so who was it? Laura said that I can totally fix that. So this is where I'm at. Now that I'm older, it makes a really good conversation piece. And it's good to, you know, like talk about, because I do get the questions of, are you from India? And why is your name India? And so now it's a good, I do get those all the time. But, you know. Yes, that is where I get my inner strength. Yes. No, Glenisa, you do not want to see the memes. Please don't encourage him or Sammy to make this a meme or any sort of shirt or anything, guys. Yeah, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Alex, for saying that it's a great name. Alex is the only one right now rooting for me. I appreciate you, brother. Aww. Darn it.
Yeah,
Mr. Riley, after he talked about the...
No matter what, do not make this a meme or a shirt or a hashtag. None of those things. Do not do that. That would be so mean.
You know, inwardly, Keely is like, someone please. It needs to be someone else other than meme. Meme, please. I can't. You know what? Like, I can't with y'all. And so it's so funny. And then we'll end that, you know, that story. What's even funnier is when me and my mom, like usually if we go out to eat or something like that and we're introducing ourselves, you know, I'll say, this is my mom, America. Or like if I take her somewhere that people know me and I'm like, this is my mom, America. And then people like stop, like your face, literally. People are like, wait, so your name is India and your mom's name is, and we look exactly alike, right? So they're processing, we look exactly alike. And then my mom just feels the need to go into the story. Well, actually her name is Indy America. And it's just this whole thing.
I love it. I love it. It's an amazing story.
Yes. All right. So we'll go through these comments. Kelly says, too late. I know, right? Like, yes. What is up, Kali? Chocolate Twist Yoga. You can see the Statue of Liberty with my face on it. Thanks. Appreciate it. Got it. Right. All right. So we're going to get into talking about Veda. We are going to get into talking about some tools. I want to hear from you guys. No, Laura, I will not move to Indianapolis or Indiana with so many. No, you know why? Because the kids, that was one of their jokes, and now it's dumb, right? It's silly, but that was one of the jokes in like when in grade school, they would call me Indiana. They would call me Indiana Jones. I hated it. It bothered me so much. Now I'm like, that's so stupid. Like, why? But kids will be kids. So no, I will not move to Indiana or Indianapolis because I am forever scarred with that. So I'll stay where I am. But thanks for the idea. Anselm, the story ain't ending. Shut up, whatever. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know. K-Walk did say, K-Walk was, I think, the only one that spoke a little bit about how she's going to be doing Veda, some shorts and 2 videos during the week. I've spoken one-on-one with Michelle from LBC Branding. She's let me know some of her stuff. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Are you doing Veda? What does that look like? Remember, Veda stands for vlogging every day in April. Are you going to vlog every day? What do those vlogs look like after Vlogmas Gil fears Veda? So talk to us about it. Why? What happened? I want to know about your experience. Thank God for all the mothers who mama-splain and embarrass their kids. That is definitely my mom, America Cruz. That is 100 my mother, mama-splain.
Mom-splain.
So, Keely, let's talk about it. What are you going to do? What do you got for Veda?
Okay, so let's start off with this.
Indie America. Keely, what's your middle name?
Jeanette.
Okay, Keely Jeanette.
So, Indie America, let's start with the fact that I had fully decided I was not going to do Veda.
Ooh, what happened? I know. I'm looking for the right.
And then I knew I was going to get a. So, sorry, that's no good. That's no good. But so I've been thinking about what I've been wanting to do with content. The last month has been pretty crazy because I did take on a new position with my national federation and to add to all my entrepreneurial things. And so I've actually started recycling some of my older content just to keep some things going. And I thought, you know what? I could keep doing these, recycling a lot of this old stuff because I've got 30 episodes of this one series that I'm now starting to repost. Wouldn't it be kind of neat if I produced a month of shorts?
Ooh.
You know?
Okay.
So
all right.
I woke up one morning, and as I often do when I'm least able to write things down, I all of a sudden, boom, it came into my head exactly what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And that's when I decided I was going to do Veda because I knew I had content that was going to resonate with my community. It was going to really serve a purpose, and it's going to help me fill out an area of my streaming video production that I've wanted to try, but I've been really scared to try, which is shorts. So that's my jam.
Why? Okay, all right. Why scared to try that? Like, what was it about the shorts? Like, talk to us about it.
Okay, well, we've met. So you know that I'm not exactly short spoken. I'm not concise.
Right. Same boo.
Right. So when I get really excited about what I'm talking about, it's difficult for me to keep it, right to the point.
Right.
So, yeah. Short. See, there you go. Right. Let me try this again. So I'm not good at being concise.
Okay.
But it,
but is that, wait a minute. Is that an imposter syndrome woman idealistic thing getting in your head? Or is it a real thing? Have you been told that you're not good at being concise? Or is this you just being...
This is me just being hard on myself and wanting to do things right. And so I figured it'll be a good challenge for me to be able to explain umpiring concepts to my audience in really, really short little bites. And just a good way to grow. So that's why I'm doing it. So I've got it all mapped out on my creator kit worksheet that you so beautifully sent out.
All right.
There you go.
So what I'm going to do now that you're saying that, let's switch scenes. Yeah. But what I'm going to do is because
Rising is going to do one as well. Do shorts every day in April.
So
girl.
Hey. And look at that. Who used preview mode? Look at who used preview mode.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. This girl right here. So we'll stay in this scene for a little bit so we can talk through some of it. And if you have not already signed up for Let's Get Live, please go to letsget.live. Sign up for the email notifications. You'll get a free content creator pack. You will also get this Let's Get Live Veda Creator Kit. Either Dr. Elo or Chocolate Twist Yoga. Kali, if you can do me a favor, thank you. She just asked because we are in sync with one another. She did ask, how do you get the LGL Veda Creator Kit? So just go over to letsget.live, our website. You sign up for our email notifications. We'll give you 2 free giveaways right now. So we'll give you the LGL giveaways Ecamm overlay pack, and then we'll also send this over. I know that 1 or 2 people may have had issues with it not coming through. So just sign up first, give it a few days, and if it doesn't come through, you can reach out to one of us, myself, Doc, David, Diana, or Lemuel, and we'll make sure that we get the PDF over to you guys, okay? Excuse me. So thank you. You guys are the best. I love my moderators. I love my friends. Yes, you need one of those worksheets, Anselm. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Dr. Elo said that he is doing Seda, sleep every day in April. All right, Dr. Elo.
Let us know how you get on with that challenge.
Right. So, and here's the website here. I'll bring this up. Wait, it's not coming up. Oh, it is. No. What's happening here? Let me publish this. There you are. So let's go back into live mode. So there is the, you can see it on the screen. It is in the comments, and Dr. Elo, his comment. So both Dr. Elo and Chocolate Twist Yoga did put it. I think Dr. Elo's comment is an actual link because he put the HT. Dr. Elo, you missed the S. So if you can just go back and put HTTPS, that'll make it a clickable link so people can click directly from the comments in the live stream. Environmental Coffee House. So who are you talking about? Who has an amazing voice? Is it me, Keely, both? Let us know. Because I can get an even more amazing voice by getting even closer. But we're not going to do that. That's not what this show is today.
I'm pretty sure it's you. I'm just going to say.
I'm pretty sure it's me.
I'm pretty sure it's you.
With this sexy, low, sultry voice that we're going to talk about.
I don't think they could handle both of us like that.
They don't. No, they can't. They can't handle us. They can't handle all of this Puerto Rican and white bread goodness. No.
That fresh white bread. Yep. That sounds horrible.
Oh my God. I know. We have to come up with something better, you and I, right? Let's go back. Let's start. No. We can just talk about vanilla ice cream and butter pecan ice cream. But again, for another show, maybe for later now.
We can't. No. So in Doc's school class today, classroom, we were talking, they were asking me if this on my bookshelf back here is an RGB. And I said, no. And they said, oh, you really should, because you could put a red light back there to match your brand. Like, red light?
You don't want any red light special? Keely, you don't want any red light special behind you. They didn't realize about the red light special. That's all right. They don't know. That's because I wasn't there. It's all right. That's what happened.
Keeping these folk in check. I tell you.
Yes.
I tell you.
Yes. So as you can see on the screen, I have it on my iPad, and I'm going to talk a little bit. I'll go through it a little bit and that's a whole nother argument and probably a whole nother live stream for digital versus handwritten notes and like documentation. I'm an all digital kind of girl. I've always been a nerd. I've always been a tech person. So anything that I can do handwritten or kept digitally, I do. So during the day, most of you guys know my 9-to-5 job. I'm a banker by day, content creator by night. But even when I do my notes for my clients, I actually keep running documentation all done digitally. I have my Apple Pencil, right? I have my iPad, and I do everything there. So I'm going to show you guys how I would use it. See, you got one too. See, look at that. Me and Keely, we here.
We're twinsies.
We're here. We are twinsies. So we'll talk about that
until we show my worksheet, because
I'm very excited. I am very, very excited to see what you have, because mine is blank, right? Because I just wanted to come in and do it live with you guys. I really just wanted to go through it. Yes, Dr. Elo, exactly. I am very sustainable. I try. So we're going to talk about this from the iPad perspective. But again, you can print this out and just have it on here. Excuse me. But if you have not signed up, I'll say it one more time. Yes, all the moderator crew. I love all of you guys. We live. Alicio, what's cracking? Happy birthday, Alicio. Alicio just turned 39 yesterday. So let's wish Alicio a happy birthday. Yeah, what's cracking, Papi Chulo? You already know. So, all right. Veda vlog every day in April. It's not Veda, although another fun fact about India, I do sometimes say that it's Veda, not because I'm illiterate and can't read or I cannot enunciate. I get confused because my niece's name is Veda, Veda Mia, because my family, we have a thing for middle names. So her full name is Veda Mia. And so when I think about, I look at it and I'm like, I say Veda anyway, but it is Veda, like Darth Veda. If you're from Brooklyn, not Vader, Veda. Veda stands for, and so let's go over it. So we have, in the beginning of the year, you have Veda vlog every day in April. Then the very next one is August. I don't know what it's called. Veda America. Stop it, Gil. No empieces, coño. Okay? Coño. No empieces.
Niño malo. No más.
Right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get y'all. Yes, Laura, the Samsung Note. So I've gone fully iOS with the stylus. I've gone fully iOS and Apple. Usually I do keep both phones. I no longer need two phones, but normally I do keep an Android phone, and my go-to of choice is the Note. My first Samsung Note phone was, I think, the Note 2. I've had every series after that. Even when they had the Galaxy Note 10.1, I went out and I bought that tablet. Like I've even, like, you want to talk about digital and being sustainable. Who remembers Palm Pilots? I had a Palm Pilot. I had a hand spring. So the hand spring was...
Yes, you had a Trio as well?
Oh my God. Yes, of course I had the Trio. Oh, look at us nerding out. I know. Oh. I had the handspring. Yes, I love that. So I'm talking about, listen, anything that came with a stylus and you can write notes for, I was all for it, where I can just sync it, get it on my computer, or just like go through. I am not a fan, but I know that if Diana was on, she'd be fighting me right now because Diana loves physical notebooks. Diana buys notebooks like in bulk because she just needs to handwrite it out. So yes, paper can be cool. It never needs to be turned off and on again. So we have some dissenting opinions about digital versus, right?
But it's never where you need it to be.
What's up, Big Brother Doc Rock showing love? I agree, right? That's my thing.
Like tattooed to my hand.
Right. You know, like, yes, I know.
And now I'm super getting into dictation. So I will use the dictate function on like any iOS device. So if I'm on my iPad, but if I'm in Evernote, if I'm in, I don't know, reminders, it doesn't matter what the app is. I just start the dictation and I just start talking. And so that's what I did when I was brainstorming for Veda. So I wake up in the morning, it's, I don't know, 7:15 in the butt crack of dawn. And I'm like, I can't even, I just grab my phone and I just press the dictate
all of that?
button.
Is that what you do?
And I'm like, okay, so this is the plan. I'm going to do this Veda thing. And I'm just talking, but I got coherent notes about them enough that I could write them in this nice visual format that really I did just for you guys. Like normally I wouldn't bother to write it down because I'd be like, I just type
and don't
it,
forget. So how do you have it? You have it on your iPad. Is your iPad connected?
Yeah, it is.
You're going to share your screen, like, so then I can do an overlay. How are we going to do that?
I can't. Just if you put me full screen, I'll just add my iPad next to me, and I can do that if you want.
All right. So yeah, we'll do that in a minute. I'll go through the blank pages, and then as I go through the pages, if you have something on one of those pages, we'll just piggyback. You know, we got a flow, so we good.
Laura, I see your message. I see you about hating Apple.
Right.
But we can
Laura,
probably
I thought
still
we were
be
friends. I know, right, Keely? Exactly. Like, it's like,
I don't know where this relationship is going, Laura.
Right. Now it's like we have to like we have to like reconsider, like, Laura, we were doing so well. How many minutes are we in? For the first 46 minutes, Laura, we were doing so well.
So and bonding. Oh, I know.
And I love how
it was Kim. I have concerns.
I have concerns. Yes, honey, I have concerns. Yes.
I've been using that in all my live streams now. It's
amazing.
Great.
Amazing. Let's see. So and I'm loving how everyone, look, this goes to show like who we are, right? Like as nerds, forget about the levels of content creators. We are just nerds here because you got people talking about they're missing their their trios. Mr. Riley loved his Palm Pilot. Let me see. LBC had a Palm Pilot. Michelle had a Palm Pilot and a trio. She still has it, right? Like we are nerds. Alex, he had the Trio 650, the handspring visor. Oh my God, I loved that. Was my favorite one. And remember they came in colors like back when the Apple came with the different colors. I had a yellow and clear one. I was in high school because we're talking about 20 years ago. That was a gift that my mom got me. And I absolutely loved it.
I was in law school when all this stuff was coming out, and I was all over it because anything that kept me more organized. And honestly, I had to calendar block every minute of my day, and I needed to have that with me everywhere or I'd lose my mind and I wouldn't show up to field hockey practice. I wouldn't show up for contracts. I wouldn't show up for training. I wouldn't eat. I would fail to go to bed. Like everything would fall apart.
You just wouldn't eat. Hold on. Let's talk about it.
Everything. It was just gone. So yes, I needed my handspring trio or my visor, whatever I was using at that moment in time to run my life. And people thought I was insane, but I built those habits then and they're still working for me now. And
I agree. Same. Yeah. Same for me. I agree. Let me see. So Doc was talking about the colors. Laura, you like the overlay? Thank you. I was trying to get my iPad within the right screen and not cut it off. So thank you for that. Listen, CK, what college did you go to? She said that they issued her a Palm Pilot in college. I wanted to go to that college, right?
Yeah.
And the sidekick, oh my God, the T-Mobile sidekick, Doc, where it flipped up. It was like that whole flip so cool. Love that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Because we didn't have T-Mobile up in Canada. I didn't never get one of those. So. But I looked at it with longing.
I know. Super cool. Yep. Alex, 3 or 4 Windows. And I loved Windows Mobiles too. Windows Mobile was actually really, really good. I was a fan and I still am. So even with let's talk about the differences between an iPad and let's say the Surface device, because a lot of people get the two confused, the Microsoft Surface. And so I've owned a Microsoft Surface. That's a full-blown PC where, your iPads are just iOS devices. So the reason, and I fell in love with both the Windows devices as well as Samsung devices, because when you're doing your handwritten notes on both Samsung and let's say the Surface, the Windows devices, it will actually convert your handwriting instantaneously to typed text. So I used that a lot when I was still a branch manager during my business meetings and stuff like that. And it just worked. I think with
iOS now too.
I was just going to say, but it's not as good. It's not as good. It's nowhere near. No, it's not. We're not going to start this argument. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Coño.
That's fine. Our relationship is never going to be perfect. It's just going to be a journey. Okay?
I guess you will agree to disagree. And Chocolate Twist Yoga is saying ain't nothing like a fresh pack of black and white composition notebooks, right? So people who love that. Let me see, Laura, stop it. You're teetering, Laura. You're teetering. Coño.
Oh, and I like how Janessa, I don't know if you saw that one, saying that I'm bringing her the PTSD from law school.
Yes,
I'm
sure
from law school.
Knows. Oh,
I don't
Naval
know,
Academy.
Janessa, if you were if you did other things as well, but I was literally playing my 4th and 5th years of varsity field hockey when I was in my 1st and 2nd years of law school, which I don't know if it's the same in America, but in Canada, those are the 2nd year is the worst. It's the hardest year. Year 1 is just, you're out of your mind. You have no idea what you're doing. But year 2, in terms of workload, it's insane. And that was my senior final year of playing my eligibility for the University of Calgary Dinos. So nice. It was pretty crazy. But
and you mentioned one note. Laura mentioned one note. That's what I'm saying. She's teetering. Stop doing this to us. You're just playing with our emotions, Laura. Darn it.
Who's teetering?
Coño.
I loved OneNote. I used OneNote religiously with my Surface. Doc has talked about plenty of time, because Doc loves to take notes as well. He usually carries around with small notepads, and he talks about his digital thing now is the Rocketbook, right? Like he's spoken a lot of about the different types of Rocket books. So I know Doc is definitely a note taker, but he's spoken about Evernote. I was a big user of Evernote because Evernote, when they first came out, I think Evernote was one of the best ones with sync across multiple devices, right? And Keely, it goes back to what we were saying, me and you, where you sync and then you go to your computer. It's like, I need this access to wherever I am. And Evernote did that really, really, really well. So good stuff. Good stuff. And then let me see, I did favorite one comment where Gil spoke about, because I said, for those of you guys that are just chiming in, or if you haven't told us, let us know what you plan on doing for Veda. Let us know what that looks like to you. So when he spoke about Vlogmas scaring him, he said, because he's a perfectionist, not having enough time, right? Or this taking too much time, wanting to create something interesting to others, not normally what he does as a university professor. So Gil, thanks for sharing that. So talk to us, like, what's your plans, or message us, communicate with us in the comments. What's your plan for Vlogmas? What do you teach in university?
I'd love to hear that.
Right? Yeah, I'd love to hear.
I get where Gil's coming from that perspective, because in my community, when I'm teaching umpiring, I'm doing so from quite a position of authority. And I mean, I am a goofball and I try to make it as fun as possible.
You're not a goofball. No, you're not.
Well, you've never seen my live streams. Okay. But I try to make, it light, but also I do have to, I'm working very hard to get pretty serious and sometimes conceptually difficult information across. Okay. And so I know from that sort of really academic perspective, the pressure that Gil might be feeling and wanting to live up to that standard and thinking, how can I do that every day? Or how could I do something different than that really hardcore instruction every day? And that's what I think is really beautiful about this whole creator kit. Yeah. And, you haven't gone through all of it, India America, but there's lots of sections in there.
I'm just going to do everything. I can't. You know what? I can't
press all the buttons.
I'm just pressing all the buttons. Go ahead.
But anyway, one of the parts that I love the most, and I don't know if you want to, if you can flick to that now, India, but you've got this sort of like idea starter.
Which one?
In the back, let's see. Oh, I don't even know what page it is.
This
now
one?
I can't see. It's the 7th page where this whole section honestly lit my brain on fire. And I think this is a beautiful resource. If you're wondering, how could I ever do this? This list of ideas is fantastic. And if this doesn't get your creative juices going, I don't,
Yeah.
Come on. That's what I'd say.
I can't wait.
This is my favorite sound effect now.
I love it. I'm going to have to download it. It's like I hear all of you guys and then I'm like, okay, espérate, I have to delete something. Right, exactly. No, David, we cannot start over. ¿Quién te manda to leave and come back? Absolutely not. Absolutamente no. Quédate ahí and don't leave. Okay? Okay, good.
If I didn't know better, I'd think that he left because I arrived. Blackman of Blackman and Blackman of Blackman. I have concerns about this.
Thoroughly concerned. Where is Kim? Somebody page Kim Lyles, Kimbucha. Somebody page her.
My girl.
So Terrell, what's going on, Terrell? How are you? I think it's your first time here. Thank you for chiming in. If you're new, type new in the comments. I do know most of you guys. Let us know where you're chiming in from. I'm using the M1 Mac, the M1 Mini, and we have Keely. You're still on the MacBook Pro, no? Didn't you buy the M1?
Yeah. No, I have not bought the M1 because I'm investing in other things first. Because honestly, and I've read all the comments in the Ecamm community about people who have their MacBook Pro. I have a 16-inch 2019 MacBook Pro with, I don't know, 32 gigabytes of RAM or something like that. It's a fully fleshed out machine of doom. It is fantastic. And I've never had a problem with anything. Yeah. No bottlenecks of performance. And like, I don't want to brag, but right now I probably have about 20 browser windows open, a few apps. Sorry.
I don't want to brag.
I got it all going on here. But I try to remember to shut things down, but I will often get off a 2-hour live stream and I'll go, oh, I had Dropbox running. I had all this, like acres of apps.
Yeah, legit. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. And now that I have a really good microphone, the Shure MV7, I don't have to worry about the fan noise.
That you still have to get up close and personal.
But I have to get up close and personal.
You have to get up close and personal because people will pay attention. I promise
it's
you.
It's like under my chin though. I can't. I have a new mic arm. So I've been sharing my plans with Indy over the last week, and I do have a mic arm that's coming. It should probably arrive tomorrow, actually.
Hey.
But this POS is just drives me.
Just I can't with you. So Terrell asked if that's a green screen. Yes, sir. If you don't know, that is a green screen. And just to let you know, I did kind of tighten it up a little bit. So you see it's not as wrinkled, made it look a little bit. It is tight. It's tight because I like it tight, baby. I like it tight. And it's so funny you say that.
I need a glass of wine.
Go get a glass of wine. It's funny where you talked about, like when we were talking about your shorts and you're trying to get a little bit more serious because you're a goofball. You guys know me, right? Like I'm a goofball too. So you said that. And so I started thinking about myself, and I can 1,000, again, this is why we're best friends, right? Because I can 1,000% relate to you. And you guys let me know because you guys are the supporters in the comments. I think that's why everyone, the community, comes back and tunes in, and I have my loyal supporters, which I'm so appreciative of because I'm a goofball and I try to be funny. I try to keep it light, but it's also I want to provide value. And when I need to get serious, I'll get serious. You guys know that's how me and Keely became friends because we had some heavy feminism, women movement content, going on in conversations. But then it's also like, let's just listen. It's Saturday night. Grab yourself a drink. I'm drinking water, but grab yourself a drink. Look at my guns. Listen to my sexy, sultry voice and my lean in. Because you guys love all of that too. The lean in, the smile. Right. The eyebrow. All right. Let's get serious.
I was late because one of my eyelashes fell off and I had to repair it because I knew I'd be leaning in. And if my lash game wasn't tight, Kombucha would be like, girl, what's happening?
Get it together. Get it together. Let me see. So Terrell, appreciate you. He's just asking. So I do have a hub right now. I'm currently using the CalDigit TS3. I do have the CalDigit Element 4 on pre-order. It was supposed to come in March. I ordered it about a month and a half ago. I actually have to check out my order, but I have the Element 4 coming in just to have 2 docks because I have a bunch of stuff. You want to use 2 webcams, 1 USB for Canon, 1 USB for Stream Deck, want to use your iPad. Yep, so I would definitely look into, and the TS3 works really well. Depending on how many monitors you have, you can send me a message or you can put some stuff in the comments and I'll talk to you a little bit about that. Hola, ¿qué lo que? Who are you? Let me know who you are. You're thinking about this. And so you came at the right time. Yeah. I appreciate it. Yes. Wine for all. I didn't grab a beer. I thought about it and I was like, do I want to grab a beer? Now I'm regretting not having a beer. But anyway.
Yes. I'm regretting my lack of rosé. Yeah. Really seriously right now.
All right, Doc, don't get ahead of yourself. Listen, y'all, see what happens when I share too much with you guys. All right, so let's get into this. Let me just go through some of these pages. Again, it's in the comments. If you guys have not subscribed to Let's Get.live, please go to Let's Get.live, subscribe to the email notifications. We'll give you a free great overlay pack, and we will also give you this Veda Creator Kit. It's a downloadable PDF, and you can either print it and use pen and paper, or you can use digital the way I do. The first couple of pages, and this is just a really good tool to help you guys with thinking out your thoughts and kind of putting it in a visual format of, one, what videos do you want to create? and two, giving you some ideas. So if you look on it, you know, the first couple of pages talks about Veda is one of the 3 vlogging months on YouTube, right? So you have Veda, and then there's also, that's what it was. It's Vlogust. That's in August, where you vlog every day in August. So it's vlog. Thank you, Diana, for putting this together for us. And then there's Vlogmas, which is done in December, and it's for Christmas, right? Every day in December. So listen, I can't, the comments.
No,
Why?
What's Gil saying now?
Gil said, so Doc is telling me no, well, Doc said no beer for me. Indie America, I can't.
I kind of like this Gil person. I think they're pretty dope. Just saying.
I can't. It's funny though. It's funny. And like I said, now we're just a little bit closer. And so I made that sacrifice as a content creator. I made, Keely, I'm trying to be serious. As a content creator committed to my community, I made that sacrifice of telling you my birthday, my first name, what should have been my middle name, and now my real whole entire name, so that you guys can know that I am committed to you. And I want you to know who India really is.
I am so mad I don't have my sad music sound effect in my Rodecaster. Oh, because I have the perfect sound effect, but I don't know how to switch the banks.
Was it the violin playing the violin?
Oh, you know, I could see if I could find it.
Listen, don't start, okay? Don't start. Hey, Fulgens, Papi Chula, what's going on?
Oh,
what is going on, Fulgens? Let's see. All right. So why do you want to participate, right? And I'm not going to read everything word for word, but it's the same thing that we said when we talked about Vlogmas back in November. If you are any sort of content creator, whether it's a beginner, you're in the intermediate, whether it's an expert, right? Because you have people like Doc in the comments, you have Diana, they're experts at this game. You know, they do this every day. And they still challenge, or every week, they still challenge themselves to really create content on a daily basis to vlog for Vlogmas, because you know, one of the things that I remember them talking about when we were planning this was about really flexing your muscle memory. So whether that's, Keely, you spoke about being concise and short, right? As if there's 30 days in April, right, you now may start off with a short that your short starts with 5 minutes and you got to cut it down. And chances are, if you stick to it and you do it every single day for the entire month of April, you'll know, you know what, this sentence is too wordy. Let me rephrase this sentence. And you know what, right? Like, it just all starts. It's like when you work out, right? You start with a lighter weight, and then as you start to go 3 or 4 times a week, you can easily switch to then, you know, higher weights, because your body gets used to it. It's the muscle memory, and things start coming more naturally. So that's the biggest thing, regardless of what level of content creator that you are. It's to get yourself in a flow to make yourself better, right? Because it's the same thing. Keely, you're in the world of sports, right? The people who play sports, they don't just go to the game without practice. They practice every single day for hours on end to be prepared for the actual game day. Doc likes to say all the time, another one of my Docisms, and it's not necessarily a Docism, but one of Doc's analogies when he talks to us and when he coaches us is that, you know, it'll be that one time where your channel sparks and people start coming and you start getting people. But if you are not... excuse me, if your channel is not ready, and if you're not ready as a content creator, that one video that may go viral is just going to deflate. And it actually happened to Doc with one of his own videos. So when you do these type of vloggings, whether it's Vlogmas, whether it's Veda, whether it's Vlogust, right, this is going to help you with creating content. It can be on different levels. It can be whether it's doing shorts, because you know that's a challenge. It can be doing live streams, because there are people like with Kim Lyles. Kim is great at recorded content, but Kim said, you know what? She realized that she wanted to get better at live streaming. So if you feel that that's an area of opportunity, then you definitely want to challenge yourself with that, or vice versa. Where for me, right, that's my challenge. I love to do live streams. I can do this with my eyes closed all day, every day. But for me, the challenge is twofold. one, it's the pre-recorded creating content, and two, it's also the editing piece, because a lot of us struggle with that as well, because you can create a video, right? And that editing takes a really long time. What program do you use? Then the shortcuts and all of that good stuff. So I say all of that to say that if you take advantage, so now we're in Veda, or we're coming up to Veda, if you really participate in Veda, you're going to start fine tuning your skills, and you're going to make what's rough around the edges, you're going to start smoothing that out, and you're just going to get better and better and better. I saw you smiling at a handful of different comments, so let's see what this community is talking about.
There's one in particular, India, I'm hoping you're going to be able to go back to, and it was, I think it was CK Antics, and he said that she had started with some there you go, that's the one that she'd done daily shorts in March, but she got put on hold with stuff. So I think that it's still like, I hope this is cool, but this is the way that I'm going to approach it. I'm actually going to batch my content by week or by 5-day segment, because for me, I'm doing, so when we go to my chart and we look at my things, I'm doing a subject for each of the 5. Yeah. Is it 5? Yeah. The 5 days. And I'm going to do them all at once so that they're done, and then batch the next one and batch the next one, because that is also CK, my excuse is that I go, I've run out of time today. So I can't, because I mean, hey, we're all entrepreneurs and things happen. But if we batch and we commit that block of time to get those done, and if they are shorts, it's going to be a lot more accessible for us. It's going to be a lot harder for us to wiggle out. We're going to give ourselves the tools to be consistent.
Yep. I'm looking at Doc. I'm not, and everybody's yelling at him to stop. So I'm not even going to entertain him.
I don't know. He's telling me to get Mr. Sir to bring me a glass of rosé, and that's exactly what I'm doing in my texts.
Hey, I don't have a Mrs. Sir to bring me a beer.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're handy for some things. There you go. That's the sound.
All right. Anyway. All right. Hey, Rob, what's going on? Rob tuned in. I appreciate you, Rob. I haven't seen you in a while. Eric Mailer tuned in. Eric, what is going on? What got messed up with the autocorrect? What did I miss, Joel? I missed something. Let me see. Seeing a guy show you how to make pasta primavera in 40 seconds got me to think about doing shorts. Hey, right? Like, it's one of those things. What's the 411? Oh, wait. Listen, so I've been, for those of you guys that know Mary J. Blige and Grand Poobah, that's been like my song. Poobah. What's the 411, honey? Yo, what's the 4... Anyway, that's been on repeat and lately on my radio.
Don't you get us copyright striked?
I guess.
I
do need the womp. I do. All right. Oh, so let's get back to this. And David, no, I think you spelled vlogist wrong. Why? And it's here on our, did you look at our content creator page? Because it's right here. And because when you can do this with vlogist, when you can do that, because this is what happens when you guys can't do that with your pen and paper notebooks, can you, Callie? No, you cannot.
Yeah, you can't. It's a coincidence.
Yo, that song, Doc, right? Listen, I know every single word, both Grand Poobah's and Mary J. Blige's songs, words. Anyway, so why are you going to participate in it? Obviously, really, it's just to help you as a content creator, right? Better content is only produced by creating. So if you're not creating at all, right? This is going to give you that kickstart to get you to create. And it also, if you don't even know, like a lot of times we hear as content creators, you don't know what your niche is or what do you want to do? Do you want to focus on shorts? Do you want to, again, this is going to help you find more of yourself as a content creator. Yes, I can really zoom, Doc. I can't.
It's terrible.
He is. All of you guys are, but I love it. I love it. And David is saying that it should be vlogist. Okay, David, we'll talk to whoever it is and change all of YouTube and all of the content creation world and tell them. He said he changed it in his mind. Yes. Yeah, man. Let's take it back. Listen. All right. So what else do we have? Let's go back here. Let's see. Why? What happened here? Okay, here we are. That was weird.
As you're fiddling around, can people at home confirm, all of you playing at home, am I super blurry? Like I look.
You were blurry a little bit. Now you're like, what happened? What'd you do? You were messing with stuff.
I was messing with my lighting, but.
Coño.
I know. I should stop doing that.
There you go.
I think I fixed
better.
it.
You did. Coño. What a, there you go. Much better.
It's my dope brio.
I was going to say,
I'm
what camera do you have?
with my brio.
Yes, yell at Doc. He does keep taking me off. Coño. Hold on.
Coño.
All right. So how long should the videos be? Right. And exactly that, right? They should be as long as what I think really. And it's so funny because Glenisa and I spoke last weekend about this because, you know, she was talking me through what some of her plan is for Vlogmas because she wants to partake and just thinking ideas out. And again, what I told her. So let's talk about, I'll give some of the advice that I told her to you guys. Let's say you do have something that could very well be longer. The video, let's say, is 15 minutes long because whatever it is that you want to discuss, you can also take advantage of my personal recommendation. And for the professionals, and let's talk about it in the comments, my personal recommendation is that if you do have something that's a little bit longer, maybe you can break that into a playlist, a series on your YouTube channel. And so think about whatever that one idea is. So you guys know, again, I do mortgages during the day, right? There's Mr. Sir. Hi, Mr. Sir. Can he hear me?
Just wave. Just
wave. Hey, boo.
They can see you.
Hey, boo.
There he is.
Sexy puppy with the bald, with the baldy. All right, Doc. I'll see you later. I'll see you later, Doc. All right, so let's get back to it, right? So I'll give you the example for me. If I were to take my first time home buyer seminar that I give, without questions, that's a 45-minute long presentation. I can take that presentation and just do it straight through and create it on YouTube, right? And just give that whole thing up. However, 45 minutes is too long. So what I would do, my personal suggestion is, as I take that presentation, break it up into series, right? So you have a playlist and it's a series. So if we're talking about buying a home, when I talk about the mortgage, the first thing I do, series 1, episode 1, would be pre-approval versus pre-qualification, right? Mm-hmm. And then, because the other thing is you also want to have a hook. And if, again, some more ideas, some of the other things that you can do is, maybe you can use shorts and I've given this on one of Doc's classes, right? You can use shorts as a segue into your videos. So like K-Walk used the perfect example. K-Walk is going to do 2 videos a week, but for the most part, she's going to be doing shorts. So whatever you can do within your scheduling, it should be more than what you're doing now, right? So if you're doing 1 a week now, you should be pushing for 2, 3, 4 a week, right? If you're doing 1 a month, you should be doing 1 a week, right? So whatever works for your schedule. But just now going back into what that looks like with shorts. So for me, if I'm going to do episode 1, a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification, I can do a 59-second short and say, if you need a pre-approval, you want to talk to a banker, this is why you need a pre-approval, because a realtor is not going to show you a house before you talk to a banker. And for a pre-approval or pre-qualification, you need your credit score, you need your income documents, and they're going to do a credit. It's a hard pull. To find out more about what the process of getting a pre-approval entails, come check out my video on Monday, right? So that was a 59-second short that now I use as a hook to get them to watch. I can do a pre-approval versus pre-qualification maybe in 7 minutes to get them to watch a 7-minute video. So now I have a playlist of your first time home buyer seminar. I'm going to have my episodes, and then from within my episodes, I'm going to then break it down and take 59 seconds worth of content to use as a hook. So it's going to be hook, short, episode 1, come and see me episode 2, come and see me episode 3, right? So just some ideas, not that that's what you need to do, but that's a good way to kind of maybe mix it all in. Let me go through all of this, these comments. What do you think, Keely?
Oh, wait. I was trying to find the right moment to go, because I love that idea of hooking in, and now I'm thinking, yeah, see, I need my DJ air horn, and I don't have one of those yet. But I'm thinking of ways now of taking my content, because what I did with my plan is that I I went through 5 subject areas that I'm talking about frequently in umpiring. So, you know, things like preparation, communication, management, interpretation, blah, blah, blah. And I found I was able to tease out 5 questions I get asked very, very frequently that I've covered in previous live streams that I've also parsed down into more focused instructional videos. And I'm going to now, at your suggestion, I'm going to like link back to those and say, and if you want to know more about applying the concept of advantage, I have this video, go look at it here. And it's going to be in this box.
Right. And use the end cards. You got the visual, right? I didn't even need to say that. But as I was explaining it, you got the visual 100%. Winning, we are on a roll. Exactly, right? But that's it. You do your short, you have your video ready, then, you know, whether you go back and you edit it for the end card once you do your actual video, right? But you put it on there, and that's a hook because you want to keep people on your channel. You want to keep people, and you want to keep adding value on a shorter piece, because it's like, because when you're well-rounded like that, it's like, man, okay, I like that snippet. Cool. Let me see what else do they have to say, right? So I'm glad. Yeah, definitely. And it's you have to stop and you have to think about it. And I think then us going further into this Veda Creator Kit will help you try to process all of that. Rob is saying, I can talk about that, like I can talk like that about telemedicine. Woke up in the morning, do a solid 45 right? The benefits of remote care, right? Because depending on what we do, some of the stuff that we do or we talk about during our, 9 to 5s can be really intricate information. So it's really you being the professional of whatever it is that you're the professional of. So when I was talking to Glenisa, she's an attorney. She does real estate law, but she's also going to do stuff like with traveling and being, an attorney for travel agents, right? All of that stuff. It's, again, the hook. How can you separate it? What cohesive thought, with what Keely said, what cohesive thought can you put in 59 seconds, but just think about that as a hook and a segue to get into a good 5 to 10 minute video. If it's more than 10 minutes, make it a playlist and now do series 2, episode 2, whatever you want to call it. But here's another example. If you guys want to talk about tech, the Stream Deck, for the most part, we all have the Stream Deck, right? So instead of doing one whole video for 20 minutes from start to finish on the what is it? Customizing the Stream Deck with the app, and then what does that look like on here, and then doing multi-actions, you can do a series of, today I'm just going to talk about multi-actions. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about customizing your icons. The day after that, and then the same thing. The icons can be a short. So let's talk about the Stream Deck. Here's another example. So the Stream Deck, you're just laughing at me because my brain is right. This is what happens. This is the ADD in me, right?
You are I can hear it.
Exactly. Because I'm just trying to give you guys all full... Espérate, coño. Right, exactly. Espérate, let me get it together. But I promise I did not have Red Bull today. This is what happens when I get excited and I talk about the things that I love to talk about.
Yes.
So the Stream Deck, you can customize icons. So, and your shorts don't have to be the full 59 seconds. It can be 30 seconds. So if we're thinking about something like that, you can just do a picture, zooming in on the Stream Deck, whatever it is that's most commonly used, customize it, say, this is how I customized it. If you want to see exactly a step-by-step, come and check out this video right here. Then that video will be you using whatever the Stream Deck icon creator, whatever it's called, and that'll be the full-blown video. So, okay, I'll stop. I'll get off of that tangent.
No, this is great. And I mean, you're expressing these ideas and it's causing me to, think of things that I can do that aren't necessarily the same, but they are very applicable
apply
to
the concept,
my library, my pursuit with, the things that I'm presenting to my community and things like that. So I'm sure that everybody in the audience is getting ideas as well. And I hope they're chiming in. It was interesting. A little while ago, Laura Williams in the audience said things about how, people have short attention spans. And I think that's kind of true, but I also like to challenge that quite a bit. And I think we have to be better at delivering content in a way that is interesting for our audience. So for example, on Wednesday, I had a live stream I had a live stream where I had an umpire on who's also pursuing his doctorate in sports psychology. And he came on and did a presentation for us about attention and mental training and things like that for umpires, for officials. And when I went back to the graph, and I mean, I don't have huge numbers. I'm not a Doc Rock, but I looked back and my retention graph was flat.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm super proud of that. And part of that, I think, is because I really work on engaging with my audience.
Yes.
I try all the different elements. I tell stories. I give them new information. I tell them what's coming up. I have the hardcore stuff. I joke around. I respond to their questions, and all the things that I've been learning from you and everybody else in the Let's Get Live community.
Yeah.
All those methods help actually keep people's attention because they're invested in your success as well as what they're learning from you. Yeah. So all of that combines to a long retention. And I think that's something that we shouldn't be scared of trying to cultivate, because the rewards for that are so rich. So that's kind of my feeling on that. I can, shorts are great, but how much of your personality are you really going to be able to show in a short? So I think it's good to have both. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I like to challenge that as well. I think it depends on the content, right? And it also depends on your audience. What did they come here for? I can obviously speak on, I'm just trying to think, because normally pre-COVID, I did my presentations in person, right? And like I said, so without questions, that's with me just talking, it's 45 minutes. But when I start to get into, let's say, credit, where we're talking about what's credit utilization and how, from a mortgage perspective, what do the banks look at, right? People start asking questions. So with questions, the presentation's an hour and a half long. And I don't want to sound arrogant, but I like to say that if there's 30 people in the room, I'll keep the retention of about 25 people. And you know this, and again, and the reason why I said in person, because it's easier to gauge in person. You're making eye contact, right? You are listening. People are asking questions. You can see body language. But you said it, Keely, it's the engagement. So when we do these live streams, when you have the engagement, I know that we have you guys hooked, right? Because, and I know who I have hooked. Laura's hooked, Gil is hooked, Terrell is hooked, right? Because you guys are all engaging, and then we're engaging back, right? CK gets hooked, right? So that's huge. Recorded content is definitely a little bit harder, but then that's where you look at not harder, it's harder to gauge, right? Because you don't know, you're just putting it out there. But then that's where Veda comes in. One, you look at your analytics, but don't get too caught up on the analytics. For me, it's also from your comments, right? From the people then who choose to comment, because that's a choice. The same way you guys come in every Saturday, you log on and you communicate with me. Everyone who chooses to comment afterwards, it's like, okay, I brought them value. This is what it is, right? So the engagement and figuring out how that works for you is important. Yeah. Hence another reason why, if you don't feel quite there, if you're not quite comfortable, Veda and doing any of these monthly vloggings is going to be huge for you, because that's what's going to help you get there. Elaine absolutely. Supporting us, right? Saying excellent point on engaging to win and hold attention.
And I mean, honestly, Indie America, we know that the engagement is, it's two ways. It's two ways, right? Yep. We have so much energy and we're able to give so much because we're getting so much from the people who are commenting. And I know that that's one of my most valued, parts of my live streams. I miss not when I have to take a week off going live, because I miss my people and I miss everything they give to me. I agree. So that's why we're able to do this, is because of all that comment. Yep. So, think about that. It's the opposite of a vicious circle. It's a ascending spiral or something.
We'll figure it out.
Somebody give the language.
We'll figure that out, right? All right. So good stuff. Thank you, Gil. He said worth spending time with the both of you. So thank you. Yeah. We appreciate that. So again, how long should videos be? that depends on the content. My personal recommendation would be like Diana said, right? 3 to 7 minutes. 10 minutes could be borderline pushing it, because what you want to do is, if you are pushing that 7-minute line, you want to stop and say, okay, if it's 10 minutes, can I stop this maybe at 5 and break this up into 2 pieces, right? So you definitely want to keep within that 3 to 7 minutes piece. Yes, she just finished her stream. Yes, K-Walk, I forgot you do your stream with your brother-in-law on Saturday. So I appreciate you. She always comes in afterwards. Thank you. Enjoy dinner. David, have a Rogue beer for me. Oh, David, I tried some new Rogue beers. I need to go to Portland to go to the brewery. Another conversation for another day. All right. So you're creating your videos, right? So what do you have? You have your beginning. What's your plan, right? What's the plan or the video topic? That's what you want to start off with. You have your middle. You're going to share and show your core content. And then your end, you're going to wrap up at the end of the video. And again, depending on where you are, if it's a short, if it's a longer video, if it's a live stream, right? You want to go in, you want to wrap up, but you always want to tell them not to subscribe, but you want to say, because if you did a really good job, they're subscribing without you having to ask them to subscribe. If you're in the first 2 minutes and you provided value, that person is hitting the subscribe within 2 minutes, because it's like, Absolutely. Oh, I like this person, right? And I get it, because that's a thing and we do it. I mean, I do it. But for me, it should be really the end of, hey, if you like this video, or check out this video I did on this, or something like that, right? Getting them to move to your other channel.
I've been hearing a lot about the difference between asking people to subscribe and to like, and what that means. I don't want to ask people to subscribe anymore, because I want that to be self-evident that if I'm giving them value, they're going to want to come back. Anyway. I will ask for likes. And but even more so, like you were saying at the end of the video, it's saying, if you want more of this, here's another video.
Check us out. Right.
Or here's a longer one. Here's a Ruly Tuesday I did on this particular rule. Go see that. And that way I think of it as a long-term courtship.
Yeah.
You don't want the fly-by-night romance. You want somebody to really fall for you and to feel like they want to be there. They want to see you every day. They want to see you every night. So that's what I'm looking for. And where's my sound effect? Because I'm feeling really awkward. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure everybody knows what I mean.
Right, look at K-Walk. Well, K-Walk just said, not a hit it and quit it. That's what they do not want to hit it and quit it, right?
See, you do and you do, right?
And you know what? I think that's a really good analogy. That is a good analogy of when you have your community, you have a relationship. Again, this is why you guys all know now my name is India America, because we've been dating now. Honestly, we've been dating since December. That is when Ladies Night really first kicked off. It wasn't consistent. It was like, do I want to commit? Do I like this? Do I want to go on another date with you on Saturday? And then that's what it was, right? I was like, do I really want to spend my Saturday nights with you, or do I want to spend my Saturday nights with someone else? I'll try it, right? Then January kicked around and I said, okay, I'm going to give you my Saturday nights at 8:00. I'm going to do this for you. Are you going to show up? What are you going to give me? And then the community started giving me. And so then here we are 3 months later. I said, okay, we can take it to the next level, and I can give you some of India. Right. But realistically, it's a relationship, and you want to give, and your community will give you back. And then you want to continue to nurture and grow and make that relationship flourish. Vaughn, there you go. Ding, ding, ding. Vaughn, any opinions on adding captions, especially for shorts? I think I don't think you can go wrong with adding captions, but you want to make sure that they don't distract where they're placed. You want to make sure that it's right for what it is, because again, so not so much now during COVID, but if you're like looking and you're just, I don't know, what do you think? I don't think you can go wrong with it. Shorts, do you need it? I don't know. Go ahead.
I'm going to give it a try, but not full, always evident captioning. I'm looking at the closed captioning, particularly because I want to start captioning in Spanish. There's a very large South American community that I'm not able to access, but to be able to caption my content, if it's short, it'll be actually doable to do that and provide the alternate language in the closed captioning. So that's something that I'm going to look at doing if it's possible. But again, for me, that's like a nice to have, not a must have. And the must haves that I have to do are the things that you've already talked about, is having the plan, making sure I've got a good close that takes people to more content and more content and more content. So I'm going to focus on that and then see what I can do with the rest. Yeah.
So Mr. Riley brings up a good point. Part of his classroom curriculum uses a Mighty Minute. So he's going to present several of his favorite Mighty Minutes in under a minute. Nice. And the other videos will be 3 to 5 minutes, right? That's your short. That's what I just pretty much said, right? That's exactly what I said. You want to use your shorts as a hook, and then the other videos you're going to get a little bit longer. So it's so funny. Laura says, I was prejudiced against YouTube until you. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. That's good. I'm glad to hear. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button.
Breaking down barriers. Changing
Make sure
minds.
you hit that subscribe and like button, please.
That's right.
Hey, James, Mr. Hicks, I love you. James always shows support as well. James be showing some good pictures. Like, I'm like, I love it. Like his physique. You have a very chiseled. Why can't I talk today? You have a very chiseled chin, Mr. Hicks. Take that as a compliment.
I don't think I'm allowed to comment on his pictures.
No. Okay. All right. So then we'll.
Just saying. I got in trouble commenting on one of Dana Lattery's photos the other day, so I was like, I better stop.
Keep your comments.
Michelle Lawrence knows what I'm talking about.
Mr. Hicks, take that as
know.
Take that as a compliment, Mr. Hicks. All right, so let's see. Let's move on. What do we have? So how can you record them, right? That's gonna vary. I do not, all right. So first of all, with my name, am I a flirt? I'm not going to say anything. Listen, I put a smile on my community's faces, and that is all.
You are what I would call a terrific flirt. So take it, girl. Take it. And don't you change a thing. Yes.
Wait, Dr. Elo hasn't commented in such a long time, and all of a sudden you hear Dr. Elo.
Yeah. He knows what's happening.
All right. Google Translate. Laura, I think she's asking you, Keely, Google Translate, correct?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly about the mechanics, Laura. So that's something that I have 4 days to figure out.
So I'll be honest. So I've used. So I'm fluent. I do read, speak, and write in Spanish. And as a loan officer, I still use Google Translate because there are some of the words like we don't use everyday language, like mortgage is hipoteca. When am I talking to my mom and my grandma about a mortgage in Spanish? Like never, like, right? Oh my God, the funniest thing, not to go off tangent, but the funniest thing was when I first became a loan officer, when you have to do your passwords, the clients have to do the passwords, it has to have all the special characters. So an uppercase and a lowercase. We don't say that stuff in Spanish. Like, when am I talking to my mom about uppercase and lowercase, right?
Right.
And so it was one of my very first Spanish only speaking clients. Listen to this. So I'm trying to tell him how to set his password. And I'm like, letra, so letter, right? La letra.
Yes.
Grande, el grande, tú sabes, el grande, no el chiquito. And he's like, and so for those of you that don't know, because now I learned it 3 years into the business, a capital, because it's capital and lowercase. That's what I didn't know how to say in Spanish.
Okay.
Capital is mayúscula, like major. Mayúscula is, that's a capital. And a lowercase is minúscula, like minor.
Minúscula. Okay.
There you go. Right? So now I know. Easy. So now I sound like a professional. So cuando están haciendo el password, su código secreto, not password, su código secreto, necesitan tener un mayúscula, una minúscula, y un símbolo, which is symbol. But anyway, I say that because Google Translate, yes, Laura, use it, okay? Because there are certain things that I have to put in text message. I have the Google Translate app on my phone. and I'll put it in a text message. I'll let Google translate it. And I'm like, okay, I like that. And then copy and paste. So it was, but wait, it would have probably been, this isn't a phone call. So I want you to know that in the phone call, I'm still using the hands like, el grande.
Because that's going to help.
Right, exactly. I'm like, tú sabes. And the client is, anyway, mayúscula and minúscula.
I love it.
All right. So what do we have? So how can you record them? Again, depending on what you're looking to do, what's the content? Me, the way I personally record my videos is I sit down at my desk. I use Ecamm. I actually don't record directly to my computer. I put Ecamm on because I'm using whichever monitor it is that I'm looking at you guys through, right? And I use that as a confidence monitor. I like to look at myself to make sure I'm smiling, to make sure I sit up upright, right? So because again, if I'm slouching, I'm going to deliver a very relaxed, chill message talking to you guys like this or talking to you guys like this instead of, if I'm trying to teach you something where I'm sitting upright, I'm looking, I sound more confident because I'm also projecting my voice. I can see myself do those things. So I use Ecamm to record. Go ahead, Kaylee, you can tell me to shut up so you can talk.
I was just going to say that friends don't let friends record naked. Okay, you got to record. And I wait till you're drinking. No, but another reason that I do that as well is just because it's building my Ecamm muscles. So the more that I use Ecamm for what I call and nobody else calls dead stream recording, the more familiar and comfortable I know. It's not a thing that's ever going to happen. I get it. Okay.
No.
Okay. I get it. But it's my thing.
Go ahead.
So yes, I'm building the muscle and the familiarity in the software. I'm learning the shortcuts. I'm feeling comfortable with the program window popping up and all those kind of things. So I think it's worthwhile. The more you use it, the easier it's to use when you're doing those live streams. And that's really, that's the way we're all going anyway. And that's the toughest skill is using live stream software on the fly. So
absolutely. Yeah, and that's so funny because I can do that. That's why I said for me, I can do the live streaming software on the fly. I can get your overlays. I can do all of that stuff. I can put the comments in. I can do all of that. It's then on the background. And that's probably because of, my ADHD, where it's I'm going a mile a minute. So a live stream, especially with having guests on, just talks to my heart because it helps me exert that energy. However, when I need to do that pre-recorded content that it's just me and I'm sitting in the background, I'm like, all right. And it takes me forever, right? Exactly. Legit.
Oh, goodness.
All right. So again, figure out what works best for you. We, as you can see, me and Keely, we both are using Ecamm, whether you use OBS, whether you use vMix, whatever it is that you are, we prefer to use the software because it does help you with different things, whether it's recording your content, whether it's when you're live streaming. Again, Laura spoke about with Zoom. I use Ecamm for everything, even when I get on my Zoom, because then I'll go and I'll give my overlays and stuff like that. So I can use Ecamm with my eyes closed because I use it for everything, which is great as you're creating content, right? Gil is loving the dead stream. I hate trying to figure out
how to share my desktop in Zoom. I'd much rather be able to do it in Ecamm, and then I can still have my face on there.
Yep.
I don't want anybody to be deprived of this. Right? When I'm giving a presentation,
they need to see all that prettiness.
But that's the worst part when somebody goes to sharing their desktop and then you lose them and you lose that eye contact. And if you're not dual screening your Zoom and doing all the fancy stuff, right? So you still want to have that eye contact and still have that your personality coming through. So
Anyway. It goes back to the engagement, right? Because if you're doing a presentation, so I use PowerPoints for my first time homebuyer seminar. So I'm doing a presentation, but I have myself as a talking head because now they're listening, but they're looking at me. And it's like, okay, instead of just looking at words on the screen, that is so important.
And if you're really pro star, and you've got the Zoom gallery in your teleprompter and you're talking to the camera and you're seeing their reactions. If your face is on the screen and they can see that you're seeing them. And when you say, oh, Gil, I see you have a question there. Let's talk about this. Unmute your mic and let me know what you're thinking. like it's just so much better with that connection. Anyway,
So for me, and you're right. And I do that. So I transitioned. You're 1000% right. Cause that's how I normally do. I'll stop because you can see when people's eyes start to get glazed over. So I'll stop and I'll say, does anyone need me to break that down a little bit? Did I say that a little bit too fast? Do you guys need an example? Or is everyone good? And people will either say, yep, all good, or they'll start asking questions at that point. But it lets you stop and engage with the audience. So again, with some of the things, I'm just going over page by page what we have here. You want to make sure that you're keeping it simple, get your topic ideas, and this is going to now segue into everything else. Diana calls it the smile and hold method, where if you start your video, right, you know, and this is why I use Ecamm. So you start your video, exactly, right? So, you know, you upright, you're sitting, you smile, hit record, right? This is literally my pose. Hit record, wait a few minutes.
That is your pose.
That is my pose. Like,
yeah.
And then I just go straight into it, right?
Absolutely.
But that also gets you in that mood to be personable and to get to talk to people. So definitely keeping it simple. Let me see. And exactly what you had already said. And I think I saw some comments, right, about a batch recording video. Yes. And let's talk about the example that I gave, where if you're going to do a series, if you're going to do a playlist, right? So for you as the content creator, batch record that series, batch record those episodes, but then don't upload them, or upload them, but keep them unlisted. Don't make them public until whatever it is, one a day, one a week, whatever that works. But if you know that Saturday that you're going to do, if we talked about the first time homebuyer presentation, I can do pre-approval versus pre-qualification. I can do a mortgage payment, which is also known as a pity. I can do mortgage insurance versus homeowners insurance. And then I can start to talk about credit, right? I can batch record all of those videos, break it up, and then upload it. So just having those ideas, because there are going to be days, and even with your batch recording your content, there are going to be days that you won't be able to record because life happens. You'll be too busy. You'll be too tired. An unexpected meeting or an unexpected fire happened at work, whatever, you know. So if you have stuff that's batch recorded, it's ready to go. It's edited. You do everything in batches. You put them, like I said, my tip to you would be do everything in batches, 2 to 4 videos, including editing, including your thumbnails, including your descriptions, having all of that ready to go, upload them to YouTube, keep it unlisted, right? Because again, all of us, we're all nerds. You guys have already shown me that with the Palm Pilots and Trios, you guys are all nerds here, right? But upload it, because I know that you are absolutely either uploading in 1080p or probably uploading in 4K, depending on who we got. I always upload in 4K. That takes forever. So if I do 2 to 4 videos, I'm uploading in 4K, keep them unlisted. When I get crazy busy during the week with some stuff that happened with my mortgages, I don't need to worry about now recording content. It's already done. All I have to do is just switch from unlisted to public, because boom, that's done.
Very nice. I love that. And one of the things that I'm looking forward to with this batch content creating these 5 videos at a time is it's going to build my practice to do that for my longer videos. So one of the things that I try to do, I try to put out well, I guess it would qualify as a Veda video normally, but every Tuesday I do a very elaborate but 8-minute sort of rule dissection. Okay. But it's a challenge because that 8-minute video usually takes me like 8 hours, from script to film to edit to, and I do a lot of B-roll as you've seen. Like I'm putting footage of matches that, you know, show the concept, and I've got the rule and blah blah blah. And every Monday I'm scrambling to get a Ruler Tuesday done every Monday, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Why don't I just do a bunch at once? So this is going to be my practice to get me into that, because my Veda videos are going to be simple. Yeah. Like you said, I'm going to keep it simple so it makes it possible. And then I'll have the habit and the discipline, and I'll have a procedure in place that I just have to expand a little bit to do my regular content in other months. So that's my plan.
That's good. Good
That's my
stuff.
Yeah.
Prima Q, what is going on? So if you scroll up in some of the comments, you can get it from Let's Get.live. You're going to put your information in. We're going to give you 2 packs. We're going to give you a great overlay pack, and we're going to give you this PDF page. And Dr. Elo, well, one of you guys, one of my moderators, because you guys are all amazing. If one of you guys can just put HTTPS:// // you guys know, Let's Get.live. Make that a clickable link for me, and Prima Q, you can put your information in and we'll send that out to you. Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. Yes, sir. There you go. You like that. So I'm glad, right? So then to see this warms my heart. When I see comments that I'm giving, my brain is going a million miles a minute. And that's why I wanted to keep it simple today. I said, you know what? We're going to keep it low key. I did have some fires last week, and thank you guys for supporting me with my fires. I don't know what the heck happened, and it wasn't because I was traveling. There was way more issues than that. But I said, you know, Veda is coming up. Well, April's coming up. We're going to do Veda. Let's talk about it. So I'm happy to hear that you guys are finding some sort of value in it. So yeah, definitely upload, then turn it public. Get your series ready, get your playlist ready, depending on what you're looking to do. And then all you got to do, and you can even in YouTube Studio, you can even schedule it out to switch automatically from unlisted to public, right? So again, batch record your content, batch edit your content, upload them all at once, let it run overnight so it can go from SD to HD, right? Do all that processing. And then once it's done, then take it a step further and have it automatically, schedule it out, schedule the live from unlisted to public on the days, whatever it is that you choose. So good. I'm glad you guys are getting some information, some good stuff. And now we are getting into the real nitty gritty stuff. Oh, she's putting her glasses back on.
We're all putting our glasses on. I hope everybody at home, you're putting on your glasses.
Right.
It's going down. And I don't care if you don't have glasses. You put on your glasses.
All right.
Make me feel better about my life.
In this, and what I'm going to do, because I like to get fancy, y'all. This is what, yes, I am trying to tell the plan. Mr. Hicks, y'all know. So can I do this way? So you guys I'm going to disappear for a little bit because I want to be fancy and show you guys some ideas, depending on what you're looking to do. Get an overhead camera. Make sure, hey, coño. There you are. Let's make this. Listen, this is what happens, right? I don't know what happened. All right, Keely. Keep them distracted while I fix my blur.
Right. Okay. Well, I could switch to mine too. We could have nothing but planning calendars on the broadcast. Would that make for good
you guys
visuals?
Don't need to see. Well, realistically, you don't need to see. It can be a little bit blurry. My hands are not blurry, so I guess that's okay. We'll go through it because I do want to switch to yours. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Good. Right. Zoom in. So we're going to do line by line. So zoom in this way. Keely, let's do it this way. Right. There you go. Right. Okay. So Keely and I both use iPads, right? So you see I got my Apple Pencil. This is a PDF. You can download it and upload it into I use GoodNotes. That's the software. What do you use with your iPad, Keely?
I use Notability.
Ooh, I use Notability. So it's so funny. So I use Notability as well.
Yeah.
And when I use Notability, I actually have so I keep it separate. I keep Notability for my, what do I keep? Hold on. What are we doing? I'm trying to get you, Keely. What are you doing here?
What do you mean?
Oh, because you just switched. You just switched. You didn't share your screen.
Oh,
okay. I got it.
I can do that.
Can you share both? Can you just share? Oh, I see what you're doing. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I can do many things. You just have to verbalize your needs.
Well, this is what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to get us two talking heads this way and put our pretty little faces this way so then you can still see me. You can see the notes. I wanted to bring you in this way, but you know. Oh, you can't see it because I didn't publish it. Now it's
You goofball.
I am a goofball.
What's happening?
It's, there you are. There you go. Let's act like we have Ecamm and let's act like we're content creators and we want to do this on the fly. There you go. You didn't even preview mode that. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Perfect. Look Look at that. She even flipped it and rotated it. All right. So you guys are checking out my overhead cam here. Focus here. Why? What's wrong with my laugh? Gil.
Hey, you leave my girl alone.
All right. Maybe because
Don't
I'm
make me
losing
come
my
over there,
voice. That's
Gil.
what happens. The glasses, Simply Ob said the glasses are always on. Appreciate it.
Yes.
K-Walk, Kathy saying that this is helpful. Vlogmas wore her out. Like the idea of batch
Yeah.
recording, editing, and planning for content. Good, good, good. All
Yeah.
right.
I know I was feeling super intimidated at the idea. I was like, I have
Coño.
just the thought of trying to do this every day.
Yeah.
No way. I just don't have it in me, but
Yep.
I do have a chunk of time
All right.
every Monday. So I'm going to start this
Good.
Monday to do my content starting April 1st.
Okay. So let's talk about it. So I'm going to just talk about from the blank perspective, right? What we have here. So you have share a story, right? And so here you have on the sides, for those of you guys, that let me make this white here. Say this is what happens. And if you want if you didn't want an iPad or you've been thinking about it, well, now here's a reason for you to get an iPad. So here's some ideas. These purple boxes on the left-hand side are just some ideas of what you can do if you don't know where to start. So you can share a story, something funny, touching, inspirational, and here's every day of the week. So then with every day of the week, you can write intro. Right? So you can make an introduction about yourself. Then from an introduction, it's what is Veda going to look like for you, right? What does this look like for me? Explain, right? And then day 3, whatever that is. So let's talk about yours. So, and I can see it on the screen. It says straight versus bent.
Bent arms. So what I'm doing is
Yep.
all of my content is teaching something because that's my jam. I tell stories in my live stream and people know way too much about me from those. So these shorts are all going to be about teaching something very bite-sized. So these are the actual topics that I'm going to do underneath these categories. So it's probably not going to mean anything to anybody, but these are questions that I get quite frequently and coaching points that I often deliver with umpires that I'm working with. And honestly, I've done this enough that I bang this out in like 3 minutes flat. And I'm just like, great. I can, I'll be able to riff on this for, 3 minutes at a time. And these are all, these could all be individual playlists, or what I'll do is I'll tag them all the same way so that they tie together. Cause I heard that's a very good thing to do with shorts and video series. And then go through. So under preparation, I'll do one day, what's in my bag. So everybody loves to know what's in your carry bag, India. You know, what do you, if you're on the road, what do you carry with you so that you can live stream, that sort of thing.
My iPad.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
so
right.
Yeah. What's my bag and how to pack the day before and what time blocking looks like when you're umpiring and all those sort of things.
I love that.
And then, and it's all going to get to that. And then on the very last day, I'm going to talk about values, which will be something that'll just help tie together everything and then really invite people to come into my membership community, which is the FHU third team. And hopefully that'll really, generate lots of really useful information for my community and also tie into so much of the longer form content that I've already produced.
Yep. No, I think that's so scroll back up to the top for yours or the previous page. I love how you did your own blocks, right? Oh, hi.
Yeah.
I love how you did your own blocks. You have your presentation, and then within presentation, what does that look like, right? So you did your own organizations within it. So you basically took, I'm just like I said, doing this real time for everybody. You took this week, and then within this week, it's a general subject, right? So you have your subject, right? And then within the subject, each day is its own topic. So this is topic, right? So that's how you broke it down. So kind of the same thing here. These are just subjects on the left-hand side here, right? And then within the subject, then you have topics within each. So I love how you did that. And so how long did it take you to do the breakdown and thinking of each different video?
Oh, well, if I include my fuzzy waking up from sleep time, that was probably 10 minutes. Okay. And then actually I wrote this down this afternoon in the break of my management seminar that I was in. Okay. I had 15 minutes and I knew I was coming on with you and I'm like, boom, And
Right.
just even having that time pressure really helped me just bang that out. And now I feel good. I have a plan, and maybe I won't stick to it, but I actually think I will.
Yeah.
And part of that is just my familiarity with my content.
Yeah.
And just thinking, what do people ask me about all the time?
Right.
Should I wear a hat or a visor or sunglasses when I'm umpiring? People ask me that all the time. And
That's
I've got a Doc Rock answer for them. So
what's the Doc Rock answer?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
What you thinking? Let that marinate.
Okay. I'll wait for the video. So is that a video? Now I want to know, but I don't want you to spill. So I'll wait for the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have to. You're going to have to.
Okay.
It'll be on April 5th. There you go.
All right. All right. So then okay, I'll keep that. There you go. I'll keep that in mind. April 5th. Hold on. Let me go back. And I'm just going to delete all of this really quick. Right. I'm going to look. See, look, guys. Oh, wait. Stop it. Coño. Here we are.
Coño.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the wrong app. There you go. Look. This is the beauty of having an Apple Pencil, because look, I just deleted everything, right? And now April 5th, Keely's video. Mm-hmm. I'm going to watch that, right? Okay. You know what? But that does bring me to a really good point. And I'm just going to go back. That does bring me to a really good point of I wanted to talk about it earlier and I totally forgot. But Keely, just bring your picture back on really quick. Like come in full screen, because I just want to. I want to get your feedback.
Oh, you want me to do something really quickly?
Yes, I would like for you to do something.
You'd like me to do something really quickly and not in preview mode. And there we go. Well,
there
there's
you go.
two of me, but
there you go. That's all right. No, we're good.
Espérate,
coño. So.
Listo.
I would say one of my videos that I did, actually it's the last video on my personal channel, was the loop back video, but I did a collab with RK3, right? And that has kicked off. It has definitely kicked off. And speaking of which, I was supposed to connect with him. Now RK, I know you'll watch this eventually. I'm going to connect with you, right? Because we did talk about doing some collabs with what it is. Focus. Doing some collabs on what we both do together. Thank you, Gil, for the feedback, right? On how we can take, even with a series, on how we can take that loop back video, continue a collab. And the way we did that, guys, here's another thing, right? So, right, we're all content creators. We're all do different things. So just to give you more continued ideas, if you can collab with someone, the way RK3 and I did that video was, of course, we planned it, but we went straight into the meat and potatoes of the actual tutorial. So we left an intro for each of our own individual videos that we recorded alone, and then we left the outro blank. So all we did was just a tutorial. We went straight into the loop back screen and we started teaching. And then I actually recorded it on my end. I sent him the full file, and then he did his intro, and then he referenced my video, right? He was like, and if you want to see another explanation, check out my girl, India Delgado. And I did the same thing. I partnered with a really good friend of mine, RK3. Check out his video here, right?
Nice.
And so we both started it different. We ended it different. And then, the meat and potatoes were the same. And Gil is telling you that it's focused on your mic. He said to maybe take off your glasses. See if that helps.
Oh, my glasses? Okay.
All right. It's fine.
I'm going to
fudge him.
I'm about
There
to
you
swear.
go. There you go. It's all right.
Swear.
It's all right. But I'm just saying, and so an idea upon an idea. Can you get collabs? Dr. Elo Fulgens and I, we started some collabs, right? We were thinking about doing that. So that's one. Who's in your community? How can you do YouTube duets? Stop it. Why?
But
Angelica, if you're still watching, Angelica, I'm going to beat your ass. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. Because here we are 3 whole months later. Damn it.
So good.
Anyway, but going back to the collabs, right? So that's one. Who can you partner with in the community to collaborate with to give value? Because, and it's so funny, I learned this as a branch manager when we did business development. Instead of going out and doing business development by yourself, they always wanted us to partner with 2 or 3 other branch managers. For different reasons. It's better when you do stuff with your friends, right? With your coworkers as long as you have the right coworker. But it's better when you do stuff with a partner because it makes the day go faster. It's more enjoyable. It's easier. And then from a business perspective, so even think about this from a content creating perspective, different personalities just click differently, right? So it's like you talk to your audience, and again, it's about that engagement and how I explain something versus how RK3 explains something. It just helps to drive the message home. Of course, you don't want it to be only that, but just thinking out of the box on how can you collab with other content creators to do some of your content. And then the other thing, Diana's talked about this a lot, and this is what RK3 and I are going to do. Once you get a video, so that video on my page is pushing 1,100 views so far, and I think it's been out for a month or whatever.
Nice.
It's pushing 1,100 views, and there's everybody almost like comments, right? So there are people who either comment and say great video, or there's people who had some other additional issues that both RK3 and I went in the comments and answered. I told RK3, I said, listen, we need to take these comments and now turn them into another video.
A follow-up. Yes.
Right. Yes. So then that's what we're going to do. So then it's going to be its own playlist, right? It's going to be its own playlist where it's going to be loopback, Zoom, Ecamm, and then we're just going to focus on, let's say, Zoom, right? And then what does that look like? Because a lot of the comments ended up being, talk to us about interview mode and bringing that into Ecamm. How did you get the guest from interview mode to look like this in, right? So as you start to create content and as you start to have your community engage with you, one, you should always be instantly replying back to your community because, again, you want to show them that's how you thank them. You want to show them that that's how you appreciate them. So that's one, because now they're going to want to watch the videos because they feel special. It's the same way I engage with you guys, right, during a live stream. I bring your comments on screen because you're here. You're watching me, but I want you to know that I see you, right? And that it's important that you're here. So it's the same thing with pre-recorded content. Check out those comments. You want to heart, you want to like, you want to respond. But if there's a theme where maybe it's the same concept of question or the same concept of comment, amongst 3 or 4 different people, commenters, turn that into its own video. Because that right there will help you make your structure as well. Or both Doc and Diana have even went this far, which some people, get over your feelings. Go to your competitor. Check out the comments of who your competitor, like the comments of, if it's a video, whatever the niche is. I spoke about the Stream Deck. Go to somebody else's video that does a Stream Deck, that has Stream Deck videos. See what people have asked in those comments and now create your own video from there. Because people are obviously looking for it, right? So if you're having some issues, or if you're like having some sort of roadblock or whatever with creating some content, listen, there's easy ways on how to, or if you have TubeBuddy, you can go ahead and use keyword search. And with keyword search, that'll give you a plethora of ideas to create content as well.
That's something I'm doing a lot of now as well, is that one of the really... there's quite a bit of activity in social media for my sport, but it's not keyword search level stuff. Like I can't TubeBuddy my stuff from that perspective, but there's a lot of prominent accounts that will post videos with umpiring decisions in them, and they'll say really profound things like goal or no goal, what do you think? And then there'll be a plethora of people commenting, and nobody actually has an informed opinion, and there's no consensus being generated. So I will take that post, I will grab the video, I will link to it, and I'll give the original poster all the credit, and then I'll comment on their thread and say, by the way, if anybody actually wants the answer, come watch my stream next Wednesday on YouTube at FH Umpires, and I'll give it to you. Yep. and I'm starting to be really bold about that, because it used to make me angry that these people who didn't know anything about umpiring were like, goal or no goal, and they'd get all this engagement, and I'd be like, oh, you jerks, you don't know anything about umpiring.
Jerks.
And now I'm like, no, they're just feeding me, just feeding me an audience, and they're feeding me content that I don't have to think about, but people want to know. So
they do.
Yeah, it's super fun. So going to your competitors, or just people in your field, and
other content creators, or just other content creators, right? Absolutely. Yeah. So Gil, he says, Gil is Keely, are you into hockey? Field hockey, that's what the FH Gil.
It's okay. It's okay.
Coño.
Oh, he's just taken, as the English say, he's taken the mick. It's fine.
All right. So let's go back. So do you have stuff on this page here or no? If not, we'll just go through it like this way. This is the actual, the numbers, some ideas. If not, it's all good. Gil said, all right, he corrected himself. Okay. He said ice hockey because he does know that it's field hockey. All right, good.
I grew up with ice hockey as well.
Okay,
but
cool.
But my life is field hockey. So there you go. I can't even see your screen, girl. Oh, but it's the one next to it. Okay.
It's this one. Yeah. So this is just for me to write, like if I want, how did you get started in mortgages, right?
Yeah.
Just to show you what I'm doing with my Apple Pencil, real time, what it looks like me writing, and then it shows up on the screen. Right. I know it's a little bit blurry for whatever reason. I don't know why that's acting, but okay.
No.
So if you haven't, that's all right. No, you look good. Stop it. You leave it. You look good. You're fine. Coño. Leave it alone. Okay? Okay, good. Okay. So now these are the last pages of this Let's Get Live Veda Creator Kit. Again, if you haven't downloaded it, make sure you download it because this is, I think, really good. And I'll just go over, I'm not going to go over all of them line by line, but there are 15 different lines of ideas of what you can go through. And you can make it, I think they're really generic, open-ended statements that you can make it customizable to yourself, right? So, what are you excited to learn the most in creating videos daily? Let me see. So I really like I will say, I like when Diana did this and she did the same thing for Vlogmas. I like these open-ended ones with the dashes because I feel like that leaves a lot of room to really tailor for yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, how did you get started in? This can be anything. Like literally, this can be anything. This can be live streaming. This can be mortgages. This can be umpiring, right? Whatever that is, that can be its own video, and that can be a short. That can be a short, and then you can transition into how did I get started into mortgages? Let's talk about, I'll give you my example. How did I get started into mortgages? I can talk and I can make it a short that my friend, there was a job opening. They needed a Spanish speaking mortgage officer. I said I was willing to try it. That's a short. But then the full segue to that video is, why do I love being a mortgage officer now? It's been 3 years, right? So a short on how I got started into it, but then of what I do and what that really looks like to me, right? Mr. Information Man, what's up? Sean, how are you? I've been meaning to text you. Thank you for coming in. Sean always shows love. He's in Cali, so he's a few hours behind. Are these short-lived or short-edited videos? Short lives or short edited videos. So again, with the content creation with Veda, this can be whatever you want. Right? Yep. So it can be shorts that they're pre-recorded. It can be live. The biggest thing is to challenge yourself as a content creator of what you would like to grow in. So for me personally, I know I need to grow in recorded videos. So that's what I'm going to do for Veda, right? Where someone else may say that they've never done live streams and that's what they're going to want to do. So it's pretty much for you, what do you want to get better at? Just going to go a little bit more, not too much in detail. I think we've gotten, and we're at the end of it. So we've done 2 hours so far. So I think we did really well, had some great comments, right? But again, here's some more stuff. 3 things every new blank should know. Keely and I can take that same exact sentence. 3 new things every new umpire should know. I can say, I can do it twofold. 3 new things every new loan officer should know. 3 new things every first-time home buyer should know. 3 new things every homeowner should know, right? So for me, these particular sentences, right, that have, or these lines that are just open are just going to be so flexible for you. How blank can blank easier and faster? 1 thing every blank gets wrong. One thing every loan officer gets wrong. One thing every umpire gets wrong. One thing every doctor gets wrong. One thing every, right? Like whatever you guys do, that is so, K-Walk, if she's still on, she's an assistant principal, right? A vice principal, assistant principal. She's a vice principal, right? So she can say one thing every, and I think she did that. I think she did do that, right? But again, you can apply that to yourself. What do you think, Keely? What do you have to add with that?
Oh, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take many of these topics and they're going to be the foundation of my longer live streams that I do every week. If I'm stuck for material, or I want to break up the material where I'm, riffing off other people's, I call them FHE reactions.
Wait a minute. She yelled at me. K-Walk, stop yelling at me. She says, I am the principal. Okay. My bad. And I knew as I was saying it, you see, first of all, I said assistant principal. I knew that was wrong. And then as I said vice principal, right, exactly, hit me. Coño. Wait, vice ass no more. Vice ass. I read that all wrong. Vice. Is this recent, K-Walk? I feel like last year you were the assistant principal. The vice. Why do I keep saying that? The vice principal. Tell me. You can yell at me some more. Sorry. I'm sorry. She just yelled at me. I needed to bring that out.
She is the principal in all ways.
Get it? So, because you know what it was? She even put all caps. Like she yelled at me. K-Walk. Right.
There you go.
She said, "Coño, India, get it together."
But I think these are amazing. So even if you have, like if you did what I did and you filled out your content calendar because you just got on a roll and you know exactly what you're going to do and it's all going to be how-to stuff, like it is going to be for me. Now I've got this legion of brainstorming ideas for other types of content. And this could be, I keep going in May with shorts, or every week I'm putting out a particular, live stream where I'm trying to put out a different kind of content that's going to engage my audience in a different way rather than always instructing them. Because that is my instinct is that I have to teach them or else they're not going to want to listen. But actually they do want to learn more about me. They want to hear about how I got started in umpiring. They want to hear about the day in the life of an umpire, meet my team of people who are helping me. So this is awesome. And this is exactly what I needed to hear. And I'm sure that there's lots of people who are feeling the same way too.
Yes. Okay. My bad. K-Walk. I'm sorry. She's just correcting me. I don't know.
She's just an award-winning assistant principal, but now she's moving on to potentially, like, she's going to be winning awards as a principal now. So get it straight. God.
Okay. My bad. She says sorry about the yelling. It's okay. I don't mind. I love you, K-Walk. All good. All good. All good.
Straight.
Yeah. God. And so, even like and so again, we're talking about Veda. We're talking about vlogging every day. I didn't talk too much about, like, really with the timing, you should be vlogging every day, right? That's what Veda is if you're committing to Veda. However, for me, I'm a big proponent on making sure that it works for you, because if you set yourself up for failure, kind of like when Gil said in the beginning, not that he set himself up for failure, but what happened was he didn't have enough time. He was worried about being a perfectionist, whatever that was. So he just stopped. He went halfway in, right? And then stopped. For me, if I'm giving you guys any sort of advice, that's what I don't want you guys to do. I don't want you to say that you're going to do this every single day and then get 7 days in and say, I'm done. I'm not going to do this. So for me, the most important thing that I will say is that it needs to be done more than what you're currently doing. So what does that look like? What's a specific example? I live stream every single Saturday. I do not upload videos. I do not have recorded content that I upload consistently. So I'm going to continue my Saturday streams. My goal for Veda is to do one a week, one upload per week, because I also know I can't do more than one a week because we're coming into home buying season and I'm super busy, right? But I know that I can do pre-recorded content at least one a week. And the stretch goal is to do a short that will segue into that pre-recorded content. So I have my live stream on Saturday. Let's say I batch record on Sunday. I upload and release the short on Monday, and then maybe on Wednesdays I'll upload and, you know, make public my regular video, and that'll be the cycle, because I know that that's what works for me. So that's the most important thing I would say. K-Walk is saying she uses her iPad to fill out Veda. Creator Kit just realized you can actually use the Apple Pencil. Yes, honey, good. Yes, lots of burning. I love that.
This is what happens
we were talking
when you
about
come in
the
late,
Apple Pencil.
K-Walk.
I know, right?
I just showed how I did it. Ugh,
I know.
Stealing all my thunder. No, but I love that. And I think, India, that's really good of you to point out. Like, let's not put ourselves in a box that just because we have these
Don't
great
set yourself up for
kits
failure.
Absolutely. You know, do what you need to do to achieve it, because again, we're building muscles. So nobody would tell you that you're going to fail a 30-day strength program if you don't lift, you know, if you don't clean 60 pounds, if you only clean 40 pounds every day of that, you know, that challenge, you've still met the challenge, because the intention is to build the muscle, not actually hit a number. So
absolutely,
don't worry about that stuff. Build your muscle.
Absolutely. It's muscle memory, and exactly, you worded it differently, but definitely do what you can do better than what you're doing now. That's it, right? And so to answer your question as well, what's considered a short? A short shouldn't be any longer than 59 seconds, not 60 seconds. So I said 59 seconds a few times this evening because the countdown starts from 0. So normally we don't add 0, but when you're doing 0 to 59, that's actually 60 seconds. So a lot of people will record, it gets to 60, it cuts it off. No, the number that I want you to remember is do your short within 59 seconds. Keep it to 59 seconds. You are good to go. And it can be 30 seconds or 59 seconds, but that is your short time. Thank you, Mr. Information Man. He said, great information. CK said, love Ladies Night Stream. Awesome. Great. I always appreciate your support. You guys always come in, and I think we're good. What do you think, Keely? Anything else you wanted to add? Anything else on your content creator kit that you wanted to show?
Nothing there. I had a great time. And
yeah,
I think the other thing that we didn't really talk about with this whole Veda thing is that it really is about doing this as a community. Yes. Because that's where you're going to find your encouragement, your support. And that's one of the big reasons to do this. Yeah. And it's not that, it's all about peer pressure and that sort of thing. No, it's about just the enjoyment and getting the creativity and the support from people that you admire, who inspire you, and all that kind of thing. So that's the thing I'm looking forward to most.
Thank you, Gil. Gil bought me a coffee. Sorry. Oh, look at that. He needed to emphasize Indie America, but thank you. Love you, bro. What did I get myself into?
So good. So good. So join the community and, join all of us. Get in the Let's Get Live crew in the Facebook group, because there'll be lots of conversations about it. So come and join us.
And it's so funny. Okay. So yes, Veda is Veda. So Veda is definitely a hashtag. You'll see different hashtags. I have to find out, because I know we were talking about doing a separate Let's Get Live at Facebook page dedicated just for Veda, because there are some people that may not want to participate, and we want to make sure we keep the information relevant. So you definitely, we'll stay posted on the Let's Get Live page. I know that we have the Content Power Up Marketers group. They did their own Facebook page with Kelly Noble Mirabella just to support Veda. So if you're not there, you want to check that site out as well. And then the other thing that we are going to do as a community, like with Let's Get Live, and I'm going to keep the theme as well for myself, is we're going to do reviews. So what we did for Vlogmas, those of you guys that were around, you know that we took the videos every day or whatever that is. We're going to figure it out, because it's not going to be done on a daily basis. But I know for me, for my ladies' night, I will be doing some video reviews. I might just put requests on, hey, if you want your videos reviewed on Saturdays, or might just take some random ones. But we're definitely going to do that, where we'll do some reviews of what your Veda content looks like, to give feedback, not reviews to like beat you up or anything. But that's how you learn, and that's what we did for Vlogmas, right? So we spoke about cameras, we spoke about lighting, we spoke about microphone, your mic technique. Are you too far? Are you too loud? Are you peaking? Are you making eye contact, right? You want to make sure that you have all of that stuff, because it defeats the purpose, and that's what community is about. So I'm glad that that's how we segued, Keely. That was good stuff. Good stuff.
Not
that
my
was
first
such a
time
great
on a live stream.
Such a great Great segue, but that's what the community is about. So we will be doing reviews to help out because, again, it defeats the purpose where you're going to commit. You start doing this, and if you don't get feedback, and if you don't know, hey, my camera is not really zoomed in too well, or my sound is coming in too low, or sometimes people will put music in the background. Keely, what are you doing? Okay.
Or sometimes your camera isn't focused for the entire broadcast and it's driving you crazy.
It's okay. It's all right. But you took it like a boss. You took it like a boss, and you just kept on going. So, that's another thing that we will be doing in the community. Well, we'll be giving feedback. And so if you have questions or you want to know on how you can get better, that's the purpose of Veda. One, to make yourself a better content creator, but to get feedback from the people in the community on what works really well. What do you like from another content creator that maybe you can apply in your own, videos or live streams or whatever, and then the other way around. So be on the lookout for that. Gil, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And then Facebook user, whoever this is, yes, you did completely miss us because we are about to get off. Who's that? Which one of my friends was this coming in so late? Because I know it was one of you guys. But I guess thank you. I appreciate you.
I can't wait to go over to the Facebook group and figure out.
I am not going to the Facebook group.
No.
India America is not going on.
India America.
India America is not going on the Facebook group. I don't do not once. Oh,
Keely
hey,
Jeanette
girl.
is going on the Facebook group because I like nosing around and I want to know who says what. So
I'm glad you thought it was helpful. And we'll really end it. So here's a segue for India. And this is what I'm going to do to lead into it, right? So before April, lean in, honey, lean in. So talking about content creation, talking about shorts, talking about planning in. So now I did my live stream tonight. I did the live stream. I showed you guys, if we go back, let's do this. Where is it? Where are you? I showed you guys the Veda creation kit. We showed you guys how you can use it and some ideas. Well, now a good segue for me for a recorded video is one, I'm actually going to show using an iPad and an Apple Pencil on PDF and planning tools as a content creator. But then I'm going to make a pre-recorded video just focused just on this alone to get you prepared, right? So then I did a live stream, took some comments, took some information. I'm going to make it a short on, it'll be something like, hey, do you like digital notes? Did you know you can use an Apple Pencil and your iPad to create some notes and plan out your content? Check out my next video, whatever it is, right? So anyway, but hey.
so much.
But anyway, that is that. Yes, we're still on and we are ending, and we had great comments, great feedback. So, it is what it is.
I just love that the boys are just sliding into the end, all casual, like, oh my God, are you guys still on?
Right.
I've been here the whole time.
Right. Like, get out of here. Anyway. So let's go back. Let us end this night. Let me see. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do this way? Because you missed it. We're going to end it. We're going to rock out though, right?
I'm ready.
You already
I'm
knew.
already rocking
you
out.
knew. You was already. Hey. Keely, what's cracking?
What's cracking?
Do the
Let's crack it.
What's cracking? I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for engaging. Thank you so much for the feedback. You guys are amazing. Keely, I love you. My sister.
I love you too,
from
babe.
Another mister. I appreciate you. Thank you for being my guest and giving great feedback. And we're going to let it rock. I'll see you guys next week. Next week on April 3rd. So I'm going to lower this a little bit. Keep it in the background. Lower it a little bit. I am going to have Loria back on. I have to reach out to her. I'm going to reach out to her tomorrow, get her schedule. Hopefully, if her schedule's not too packed for April, it might be because she's doing Veda. But you guys know that I like to plan it out. But Loria will be back on, and we're going to talk about some really great stuff there. next week, Thursday, I do have Kelly Noble Mirabella on to kick off Vlogmas, to kick off Veda. I was just bringing it back to kick off Veda. So, and some other really good guests for the month of, and all of you ladies who are on, like CK, K-Walk, you've been a guest, whoever it is. Like Keely just messaged me today. She was like, listen, do you need a guest? I was like, absolutely, girl. Come on. So whoever wants to come through, let me know. Send me a message. I'll be more than glad to have you on. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.